Hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Welcome. How goes it? Autumn Shank, Xanos, Nightbot, of course, Dr. Matchnu, Ekor Gidog, Rylan, the True Ninja Sheep, Nicole Bolas, 14. Hey, you got spoiled today. What's up, Lord Gemin, Saint John, Booster Tutor, how goes it? Nick Barker Live, what's going on tonight, everyone? Welcome. How's it going? So, of course, big news today, Wizards, in a very Wizards way, managed to leak some of the chase cards, the most anticipated cards of Hour of Devastation, like super early. I don't think we're supposed to have spoilers for another month, around maybe even a little more than a month. I don't even know what Wizards is doing. I don't know how they make these kind of mistakes, but the good news is we have cards. We got spoilers to talk about. I did a video on the YouTube channel, so you can check that out, but figured we would probably get a million questions about them, so we probably should talk about them here as well. What's up, 51 Fulgrim? Messe Benditos, Chicken Fajitas. What's going on, everyone? So, yeah. So the big news, Nicole Bolas God Pharaoh is the card that we'd all kind of been waiting for. We knew it was coming, but we didn't know what it would do, and it's pretty powerful. It's kind of what I expected. Lots and lots of mana, so you're going to have to spend 7 mana to get it down, but it does some really powerful things. The +1 is going to be, or +2 is going to be super obnoxious. It's not that it's that good, it's just that it's another super high variance effect. I imagine there's going to be a lot of horror stories where people +2 Nicole Bolas God Pharaoh and get an Ulamog and just win the game, or really swingy things like that happening, which I don't know. So I don't know about that part of it, but it looks really powerful. It reminds me a little bit of Karn, except you got to use colored mana. So that was one of the big ones. Samut the Tested. Not really excited about Samut the Tested. Maybe top end of an aggro deck is the best I came up with. Also, super sweet with doubling season. The 4-mana Wrath, I think, is essentially confirmed fake. I don't think it's 100% confirmed fake, but I think for all intents and purposes, it has been basically proven to be fake. But it makes even more sense now that we see the 3-mana Wrath, Bantu's Last Reckoning, and this card I want to hear opinions on. What do y'all think of Bantu's Last Reckoning? This is a super hard card to evaluate. So, I mean, it could be busted. It's a 3-mana Wrath. That's like Toxic Deluge territory. It could also be super bad because you kind of get to time walk yourself to some extent to actually cast it. So it's gonna be interesting. I expect to hear lots of split opinions from people thinking it's absolutely busted to thinking it's absolutely horrible. And that seems kind of like the feedback. Not bad, unplayable. I think it's really good. I think it's kind of bad. It's so good. It's so bad. It's horrible. Yeah, I don't know what to think. I'm a little worried about in Standard the fact that Wraths just aren't that good because of vehicles, because of Gideon, because of Ulamog. So in Standard, it kind of, any Wrath is sort of fighting an uphill battle. I'm kind of excited for it in Modern, potentially, because of how fast the format is and how cheap Bantu's Last Reckoning is, but it's, I don't know. Skipping your turn is definitely a big cost. It's going to be very interesting. I'm super interested to see what happens with this card. So anyway, that's the spoilers. Now we got to go into hibernation mode for like a month or something to get more, but still can't believe Wizards managed to do that. I mentioned this on Twitter. This is one of the reasons I'm really skeptical of the Iconic Masters blind pre-release. I just can't imagine that those cards, some of them at least, don't get spoiled ahead of time. We usually do 6 on Thursdays, so this is the normal Thursday time. 7 on Tuesdays, 6 on Thursdays. Anyway, let's do the reminders. Then we'll talk about today's deck. Madcap Gideons, which looks pretty sweet. We got some sweet stuff going on. We got some sweet Planeswalkers. We got Gideon of the Trials. We also could just randomly Platinum Empyrean people, but we'll save the deck tech for a minute. First off, MTG Goldfish Replay YouTube. If you want to check out any old streams, you can go over there, check it out, subscribe to that. This stream will be uploaded there tomorrow, most likely, if you miss any of it. The normal YouTube channel, we already mentioned. We have a spoiler video where I spent like 15 minutes talking about the new spoilers, so if you want a more in-depth look at the spoilers, check that out. Against the Odds, Muraganda Petroglyphs went up last night, and it was actually way sweeter and more competitive than I thought it would be. What's up, Annihilator? And then, last but not least, we have the merch page. We got new tokens just from like a week ago, so if you haven't seen those yet, Scoops in the dragon suit, still my favorite. So another way to support the stream and the channel and the site, and of course, we recently added the donation, so if you feel like getting a message read on stream, you can give a donation, $2 or more. You pretty much forced me to read your message, so keep that in mind as well. So that's the reminders. Our deck today is pretty spicy. So we are kind of like a mash-up of things. We've seen the Madcap Experiment Platinum Empyrean combo. We've even played it before, but in like hardcore Blood Moons, Blue Moon type strategy. This is just kind of randomly slotted into this Mardu Planeswalker deck. So that's kind of its own standalone package. We don't really have much support for it. We're not really doing anything specifically to make it work. We just kind of have the ability to randomly get a Platinum Empyrean with Madcap Experiment. So that's one thing we have going on. The rest of the deck is kind of like Mardu mid-range, I guess. We have tons of Planeswalkers. We got Gideons, oh, big-ish Gideon. Nahiri can get Emrakul as our primary finisher. We got Gideon of the Trials to Emblem and annoy our opponents. I'm really excited about playing more Gideons in Modern because they seem super good. Honest question, why is it Mardu vehicles called Mardude Where's My Car? That is a honest question. I don't know. I do remember that movie though. Lingering Souls is just super good in Modern. Big Lingering Souls fan. Good at defending our Planeswalkers. Can kill our opponent in the pinch. One of the weirder cards in the deck is Asylum Visitor. Normally you'd think Dark Confidant, but little risky to play Dark Confidant in a Platinum Empyrean deck. Even Madcap Experiments, Gideon of the Trials is just kind of painful if you randomly flipped one. Made top 4 of game day with blue-red land destruction? That sounds super spicy. Congrats. Yeah, so we have Asylum Visitors in the 2-drop card draw creature slot. Does synergize with Nahiri's plus, with Liliana's plus as well. And then the rest of the deck is just kind of removal and discard and Faithless Looting. Not really sure about this. It feels like whoever built this deck, and I don't remember who it is, it's probably on the deck list, but it feels like whoever built this deck took out 3 lands or so and put in 3 Faithless Lootings. So we'll see. 22 lands seems like not a lot for what this deck is trying to do. Getting up to 4 mana. 22 is just not a ton for that. But I think the idea is that Faithless Looting is going to make up for the low land count. What's up, Tranquil? Good to have you. And then, yeah. So that's the main deck. In the sideboard, Platinum Angel, including our masterpiece Platinum Angel that we opened into Treasure Chest, comes in matchups where Platinum Empyrean isn't relevant. So let's say Mill, for example, would be a good one that doesn't care about our life total not changing. So we can just swap in the Angels for the Empyreans. Dreadbore for Planeswalkers, Harsh Mentor to stick it to decks like Lantern Control. Byforce for Artifact Destruction. Spicy choice there. I mean, it's fine. I don't know how often it's better than the other options, but Creds Freak, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our resubscriber. Thank you. Rest in peace for Graveyard, Stony Silence, basically the good white sideboard cards, and 1 Wrath of God. So that's what we're battling with tonight. We will see if it works. You think Byforce is the best option? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess it's pretty close to, like, Vandal Blast or something like that. Has anyone made me say I love Infect? They have not, and hopefully no one ever does. I don't know. If someone donated and said I love Infect and tried to make me say it, I might return the donation. Hey Seth, I made Mono White Angels deck inspired by Big Bolus. Big Boros. Big Bolus. I got Bolus on the mind today thanks to the spoilers / leaks. Let's jump into this league. See if we can win some treasure chests. Hopefully our league goes in a rather timely manner, and then we can maybe get in Momir tonight. We missed Momir on Tuesday. Yeah, Madcap Gideons, play points, that works. Let's see this Angel deck. Oh, the Angel deck looks sweet. It reminds me of Mono White, like, Legends or something that we played a while ago. Like, a long time ago. 6-8 months ago, but before Kaladesh? I like the deck, though. No. No, you didn't. No. No clipping. This doesn't count. Luxac, $5. Thanks for the great content. Oh, that's nice. No. I love Infect. Okay, I said it. Thank you, Luxac. Even if you made me say that. And people are clipping it. No. No. Well, now everyone's going to think I'm not a person anymore. Burn players and Infect players. Not people. Alright, we'll play first. And, this hand looks reasonable. Inquisition, removal spell, Liliana. Looks like we're playing Mardu, which we are. Yes, you got me, you got me. Thank you. I do definitely appreciate the donation. The donations, by the way, it's kind of like my bonus money, I guess. They actually go right to me. Like subscriptions and that stuff is all under the Goldfish umbrella, but donations go directly to me. So hopefully we just started doing donations. Hopefully we will start having some cool things to do with them as we go along. Like some goals, and if we get a certain amount, we can do something cool, or I don't know. Luxac, $10. Here's another donation for actually saying it. Well, for $10, I'll say it again just to be nice. I love Infect. Thank you, Luxac. Definitely appreciate it. All right, Blackcleave Cliffs. Blackcleave Cliffs. Kind of a tongue twister of a fast land. Inquisition. Oh, this is the new fairy deck, isn't it? Apparently fairies is super sweet. There's a fairy list that they were playing, some of the Japanese players are playing at the GPs, and it looked pretty sweet, very controlling. So mono discard, Snapcaster, Thought Scours. We're going to lose our entire hand. I guess we just take Snapcaster. We can't really fight the discard here. We're just going to have to play off the top of our decks. 24-hour Infect stream, that would cost a lot of donations. I don't know what the amount would be. Oh man, 24 hours even. 24 hours is, I would be so loopy by the end of a 24-hour stream. Yeah, I mean, we get empty-handed then Asylum Visitor. Gotcha. Our opponent does only have one land, so maybe they're thinking they got a Thought Scour to not miss their land drops. Could donations go towards sending me to HasCon so we could get a review? Ooh, you want a review of HasCon? Man, I'm afraid it'll be brutal, but maybe. Squarg, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. So, actually, the odds of me going to HasCon has increased ever so slightly. So, at first I was really excited about it. Then I got much less excited about it. Then things changed again, and now it's actually a possibility that I just go to HasCon. If I had to pick one of these decks to play for a 20-hour stream, which would I pick? Lantern Control, Burner Infect. I actually really enjoy playing Lantern Control, so you probably shouldn't have it on there because I would actually enjoy a 24-hour Lantern Control stream. We just started, Lex. We've been on 15 minutes. This is our first game of our first match, actually. I don't know if that's a product that exists, Tracy King. I will suggest that to Richard. We can add that to the merch store. Complete with Scoops art. Yeah, oh, it's miserable to play against. Lantern is super miserable to play against, but it's actually relatively fun to play. I guess we just looting here. I don't know what we're gonna discard. Wait, so what's still in our opponent's hand? Their discard is gone. They have a Lingering Souls. Well, let's discard Platinum Empyrean, because we're never going to cast it. And I guess just discard a Swamp? Play the Cliff Drop Retreat. We could just randomly Platinum Empyrean, and maybe that wins us the game. What if Wizards of the Coast was trying low-key to get feedback on those cards and might change them before release? Well, I think there is an outside chance that Wizards did this on purpose as like a sweet attempt at viral marketing. I don't think it's likely, but I don't think it's impossible that that happened. They drew another Thoughtseize. I do think that it's way too late for them to actually change cards. GP Toronto or HasCon. The weird thing about HasCon is if you don't care about the other Hasbro products, which I don't, most of them, and I would guess a reasonable number of other Magic players don't really care about, then there's just not a lot there for you. It's just My Little Pony and Play-Doh and stuff like that. I'm going to HasCon, would love to see you there. The price is a big sticking point, but it's either HasCon or a GP for the year. Yeah, I think that's how you got to treat it. It's a somewhat expensive weekend getaway, or maybe longer than a weekend. Prideful Pelican, 5 months in a row. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to Bob Bolas. Yeah, I think I will enjoy casting Bolas. I will not enjoy losing to Bolas. I don't think it'll see play with Marvel right away. I really don't think it's better than Ulamog and maybe Chandra either, as far as Marvel is concerned. Yeah, History of Dress sounded awesome. That does sound super sweet. I'm sure it was also ridiculously expensive, but it does sound sweet. What's up, Naz? Opponent! Why do you just draw Thoughtseizes every single turn? Our opponents cast so many Thoughtseizes. They are down to 4 life, which is pretty low. This has got to be a Death Shadow deck. Do they have a Death Shadow? Can we just get a sneaky win with Shambling Vent as our opponent's at 1? Okay. What's your 1 card, opponent? Is it a card that makes you not die to the Shambling Vent? I think we go for it if our opponent doesn't play a creature. Alright, it's a Lingering Souls. That's actually not that bad. So, play the Mountain. We're just going to attack. Play the Mountain. Get in with Shambling Vent. This forces our opponent to chump. If we ever draw a direct damage spell, we win. We have Faithless Looting in the graveyard. Our opponent's Death Shadows will be super huge. Wizards has not confirmed the cards that I'm aware of. Opponent passes. Plains. We can't activate. Do we want to risk running into removal? Our opponent would chump anyway. Let's Inquisition. Ooh, they had a path too. Take the path. Flashback our Faithless Looting. We know our opponent's empty-handed. Come on, Burn Spell. Well, discard a land. Play Bloodstained Mire, pass the turn. Opponent's on empty, we're on empty. Can we get through the last point of damage? Opponent passes? Oh, they drew the Death Shadow. Well, crack our Bloodstained Mire. Get a Godless Shrine. Well, we know they have a land in hand. So, Path, Death Shadow. Shambling. That was a pretty good draw. Now we get to Shambling. Opponent has to block. They have nothing in hand. And now our opponent has to top deck to not die to Shambling Vent, and we still have bird spells we can draw. Hey, what's up, Chewies? Ah, 2 in a row, opponent. You gotta be kidding me, opponent. Oh, never mind. Just kidding, we got you. Oh no, not conceding the game. Oh, so many sloppy clicks. Opponent draws, we draw. Opponent draws, we draw. Top deck wars, and I think we just came out ahead. Oh, sorry, did I blow your ears? I do that sometimes. Game? We get ya? Yeah, polluted Delta. Yes. All right, that was pretty sweet. I actually feel like this should be a pretty good matchup for us. What's up, Stu? Oh man, one of the worst parts about living where I live is there's not a Chipotle within, like, I don't know, a half hour or more. It's a really long ways to make it to a Chipotle. I would eat it 3 days in a row if it was around me, most likely. Yeah, our opponent did take the honorable way out. Our honorable opponent. Well, I think we want Rest in Peace. I'm assuming this is like an Esper Delvey version of Death Shadow. I think Rest in Peace is probably pretty good. Otherwise, Dreadbore is an extra removal spell, but we already got a lot of removal spells. Maybe just go down some discard. There's so much discard in this matchup. I feel like we want to draw real spells over discard. Faithless Looting gets a lot worse if we're bringing in Rest in Peace as well. I would be down with another unset. The 2 Platinum Angels are for random matchups where our life total isn't relevant. So, I don't know. Mill is the easiest example. Not that we're likely to run into Mill, but Laboratory Maniac for Mad Nauseam is probably a better example. Platinum Angel keeps us from dying to Laboratory Maniac, while Platinum Empyrean does not. Would you consider using a mono-black Tron deck that uses Tainted Strike and Big Infect creatures for 24-hour stream? I don't know about the 24-hour stream, but I would consider playing something like that. I think Mono Black Infect is sweet. I don't know about... It sounds like an Against the Odds deck a little bit. Tainted Strike makes me think either Kiln Fiend or Against the Odds. I'll go down a bit of discard. Brutality, kill some stuff. Gideon's probably pretty sweet in this matchup. Colligan's Command's a little worse if we have Rest in Peace out. Let's just go down... Thoughtseize. Let's try it like that. I've been playing Legacy of my LGS, and a few weeks back I was playing a brew that me and my friends made up. No blue control for Bob's Emrakul Nahiri combo. Ooh, that's spicy. How likely is a Marvel ban? Oh, man. Oh, that's such a tough question. Such a tough question. I feel like Wizards is going to go out of their way to try not to ban it. I think if there is a ban, it would be more likely to be with the fall set release. There's Thoughtseize, number 1. So that's my prediction. I think it's not going to be banned at this upcoming announcement. If the next Pro Tour goes horribly and it's all Marvel, then we might be talking about banning the next update. But Wizards... I mean, they didn't ban Felidar Guardian because they didn't want to ban cards too many times in a row. And if you didn't ban Felidar Guardian, but what do I know at this point? The bannings are just so hard to predict and scattered that nothing would surprise me at this point. Opponent Thoughtseizes are Liliana. Okay. Well, Bloodstained Mire. Crack it. Get our Blood Crypt. And Thoughtseize back. Dash Shadow, Gurmag Angler, Double Path. This hand is not especially scary. I don't even know what we take here. They're both cheap. They're both big. C. Crowder, 2 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. I wonder if people are going to end up regretting or are already regretting the change in rotation schedule. And I'm just going to take Death Shadow. If we draw a Rest in Peace, our opponent won't be able to cast Anglers anyway. And we have a path to get rid of either one. There's an island. Yeah, I think the question is, do they feel like they can wait until Ulamog leaves the format? I mean, I think it's pretty clear that it was too good. Opponent finds a Thoughtseize. I think the bigger problem with the change is how quickly they implemented it. I can see both sides of it. But I think the fact that they just all of a sudden switched right in the middle of a format ended up being pretty problematic. So our opponent has 2 Pass and a Gurmag Angler in hand. We have Lingering Souls, and we drew another Gideon. Feel like I do not know about Death Shadow. Death Shadow's like the best deck in Modern, but it does not scare me like Tron and Infect do. I feel like no matter what random against the odds or budget Magic deck I'm playing, I just beat Death Shadow for some reason. Hey, what's up, Thug Life? How goes it? Oh, so they changed rotation. Gurmag Angler. Well, let's just be patient. We can Inquisition our opponent, get rid of the Death Shadow, Sacred Foundry, untapped, flashback our Lingering Souls, attack with our Lingering Souls, and then just upkeep Path Gurmag Angler, and then follow it up with Gideon next turn. So rotation used to be like it is now, where everything rotates once a year in the fall. Then they switched it to rotating twice a year, so fall and spring. So we would have had a rotation when Amonkhet released, but they changed back to the once a year rotation. Oh goodness, so many options. Well, we're going to Gideon because we know what they have 2 paths. Hey, what's up, Bot Punchels? How goes it tonight? We talked... Really? Oh. Okay, well, we'll Spirit you. I don't think it's going to matter. I think we're still in great shape, but... Stubborn Denial, Force Spike mode, kind of obnoxious. Oh, and Liliana? Things just keep getting worse. Opponent kills one of our spirits. Oh my god. Well, everything at Liliana. Oh, that combination of draws is absurdly good. Opponent pass our Shambling Vent. We get a... Does it matter? I guess a Swamp? Yeah, the Petroglyphs deck was awesome. I thought it was going to be really bad, but it actually turned out to be pretty sweet. Well, this might force our opponent to path a Spirit, and then we got both paths out of our opponent's hand, and we can Rest in Peace. Seth is like a 4 or 5 on a scale of how good he is at Magic. I'm so confused. 4 or 5 out of 5? Thank you, Tracy King. Oh, we draw Mountain. Well, let's send both at Liliana. This might hopefully draw the path out of our opponent's hand. Cycles, down to 5. Or our opponent draws Snapcaster. So that means they still have a path. Oh, this game. This combination of draws. Holy. I don't think that was a pun. Imnic, 23, $5. Hey, Seth, start playing Modern with your budget Spirit Sack. Now I'm getting ready to go to Vegas with a BANT version, have a couple hundred matches in, still having a blast. Well, awesome. The BANT version is awesome. Thank you so much for the donation. And good luck at Vegas with Spirits. I don't think that playing Rest in Peace there pre-combat would have been correct. I mean, there's no way we could have known our opponent would draw exactly Snapcaster. What's up, Mind Trick? Opponent kills our last Spirit. So the problem is we know, I guess we could draw a discard spell. Something. We need to draw something. Oh, that is probably the perfect draw. So 2 modes. We get to actually 1, 2. Maybe we don't care about killing Snapcaster. Maybe we just 1 mode Duress so we can Madcap Experiment. That's probably better. So let's just Collective Brutality Duress mode. Get rid of the path. All right, play the mountain. Madcap Experiment time. And there's old Platinum Empyrean. Pass the turn. See if our opponent can get out of this. Runs out the Snapcaster. In infinite chump block mode. We're both empty-handed. Yeah, this is the bad Lily, though. The Lily that doesn't kill our Platinum Empyrean. Geist of Saint Draft. Ugh. What is this deck? Opponent passes. Well, Liliana. Actually, no. Our opponent can't kill our Empyrean here, right? So we attack. Opponent has to block. Attack our opponent. They have to chump. Snapcaster down. Play Liliana. Take down Liliana. Pass the turn. Cycle Street Wraith. Down to 3. Just a land. Alright. Opponent's still in chump block mode. Can't get rid of our Liliana. We have the better Liliana anyway in this scenario. Feeling good. Looting, not helpful here. So, attack with Empyrean. Opponent jumps. So we're going to tick up our Liliana, so we have the ability to kill a chump blocker. Opponent needs hard removal for Empyrean. Off the top, I think they're going to kill themselves. Or attempt to. And that does it! Sweet! Awesome. Well, that went pretty well. That went actually very well. So, good start. Good start against Esper-Shadow. So, yeah, our opponent honor killed themselves twice this match. Update the record. 1-0. 1-0. Sweet. So far, so good. What's up, Drake and Vulture? Only 20 minutes to watch. Well, since you only have 20 minutes, let's get right to round 2. Can you check out this deck? Let's see the true ninja sheep. SRAM Storm. Oh, yeah. We played this deck on Mucha Brew. SRAMOS. It looks very, very similar. It might be exactly the same as the build that we played. Yeah, the deck's really fun. It's super fun to play. Yeah, we could play against Lantern. Lantern and Infect are both on the downswing right now to some extent. We gotta get some treasure chests. We need a good treasure chest opening. It's been a minute since we've opened anything sweet. I mean, we've also not opened that many treasure chests lately. Yeah, Void Winnower is sweet and does some cool things against opposing Marvel decks, but power level is not the same as Ulamog, I don't think. Alright, we're on the play. Alright, I like this. Discard, discard, Lingering Souls, Madcap Experiment. Good game. We got a plan. The 5-0 Dream is alive and well with Madcap Gideons. Well, let's lead on Thoughtseize. See what our opponent's doing over there. Yeah, his hand is pretty much exactly what we're looking for with this deck. Yeah, it's really fun, the Ninja Sheep. It is so much fun. And I didn't build the original one. I think it was actually a Zach Elsick deck was the build that we played. Zach Elsick is one of my current favorite brewers. Ruckus 11, jank it to the max. Oh man, more of this. All right. Welcome to the Fishbowl, 8 months in a row. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Oh, I'm sure we'll stream Free Win Red again. We kind of go back and forth. Don't want to stream the same deck too often. So Dash Shadow, Liliana, Fatal Push. Geez, I wonder if this deck... Man, what are the chances they just don't have an answer to a Platinum Empyrean? That would be so sweet. So we can take the Death Shadow, I guess. Actually, Liliana's super annoying. And we can chump Death Shadows with Lingering Souls tokens, but this kills them. And we have paths. Yeah, let's take Liliana. Yeah, Liliana's just so good against our Lingering Souls. And this buys us so much time against Death Shadow. And then we'll eventually Madcap. And I don't know what kind of hard removal they actually have. That's also true. They could get the Shadow back with Liliana if they wanted. A Dredge Stream. I'd be down with a Dredge Stream. Dredge is an interesting and fun deck. I would be down with playing it. What do you think about Anointed Procession in black-white tokens? It's sweet, but it falls into a problematic point on the curve. So white-black tokens, usually looking to play like Lingering Souls on turn 3, Spectral Procession on turn 3. So it's a little bit annoying that you... have it come down afterwards. Do we want to do anything here? We can Brutality. I guess we Brutality. Brutality, Duress Mode. Get rid of the Fatal Push. Maybe lets us Asylum Visitor. Oh. Well, that's good to know. Well, our opponent has Teamer Battle Rage. This is a more combo-y version of the deck. Definitely getting rid of Teamer Battle Rage. Also, I don't know what hard removal they have. I almost think if we just land Madcap Experiment, this deck is going to have a really hard time winning. Yeah, I'd play the mono red deck on stream too. I thought that deck was pretty fun and super cheap. Oh, well, thank you, Jagged Up. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And welcome, first timer. Glad to have you here. Opponent, gonna Goyf us. Yep, there's the Goyf. Well, I guess we're just Lingering Souls here. Get a Godless Shrine, untapped, Lingering Souls. Hopefully we draw land 4 for Madcap Experiment. I think that's the end game. End game is over. We do have a ton of Lingering Souls, but there goes our Madcap Experiment. And we still have a Tarmogoyf. Oh, boy. Oh, I really wanted to cast Madcap Experiment. That's disappointing. Hapatra 1-1 win? Alright, let me see you hit some swans. There's the Death Shadow. Opponent's playing all the big stuff. And we no longer have our trump card. We do have tons of removal we could draw into. Opponent gets in. We'll take this hit. Down to 10. And Liliana's not bad. Let's Liliana. Take it down. Get a creature. Hopefully chump with Lingering Souls. We do know there's Temur Battle Rages in the deck, which are worth being aware of. Opponent cracks. One card is Fatal Push. One card is Unknown. Souls could get there. Oh man, Blood Moon would be so sweet against this deck. Well, definitely chumping. We even get to Madness if we want to. Going at us? If they drew another Temur Battle Rage, then they got us. Ugh, more Death Shadows. Okay. Gideon, don't have the mana yet. We do need to tick up here. Maybe we just give up on Asylum Visitor? Yeah, I think we have to. Or we could give up... Well, Gideon's really good. Let's tick up. We're just going to discard Asylum Visitor. We need to make enough tokens that we don't die. We can see what our opponent discards, I guess. They're going to hold the Fatal Push. So we're not going to Madness. And then just cast a Lingering Souls for chump blocking. So Fatal Push and nothing. If we draw a land, we get our opponent's board clean. A white land. Because we can stop the damage for basically ever with our Gideon. If our opponent ever draws Temur Battle Rage, we're just pretty much dead. Yeah, I think we just need max creatures for chump blocking. And we're just hoping we dodge Temur Battle Rage for a while. I don't think they can be playing that many copies. That's pretty annoying. Drawing Empyrean was not on our to-do list. That's kind of, I guess, the downside of playing Platinum Empyrean, is you draw it sometimes. Oh, this is not working. Video on making a 3-color mana base. I think that could be a pretty good video. I like the idea. Alright, chump jump. Infinite jump. Opponent, stop drawing action, please. Oh my goodness! Now we're gonna die. I don't even know if we have things that get us out of this. I guess it starts with 1 mana removal. Yeah, I like a Lightning Helix. That's not the card we wanted. So, yeah, that's game. Well, someone said before the stream that 22 lands is not enough, and that's looking true this match. Will you do a Marlin of the Morning Song deck someday? I could see playing Marlin. It's a cool effect. Could be a good against the odds card. I can't remember if we've had Marlin on the poll or not. Yeah, this looks like game to me, boys and girls. Well, what can you say? Opponent drew a lot of Death Shadows, and we did not. How many lands would you play in Ramp Karametra Commander deck? I would probably be playing 40-ish. I mean, I guess it depends on the number of ramp spells. I think the excuse is Faithless Looting is why the deck feels like it can play less lands. Whether or not that's actually a legitimate excuse. Now it's probably more likely that our opponent's going to have actual removal for our Empyrean. We don't want Rest in Peace against this build. Tweak the Revolt deck. Hope of Gurupur is real. Hope of Gurupur is a pretty powerful effect. I'm surprised it hasn't really caught on anywhere yet. Ballistas, Gurupurs, Liberators. That deck looks like a ton of fun and very powerful. Got a lot of powerful cards in it. I like it. Oh boy. Oh boy. I felt like we should have won that match, or could have won that match. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it though. Like, it does shut down Goyfs, but it also shuts down our Lingering Souls and Faithless Lootings, which are pretty good. If anything, we could bring in like a Dreadbore as an additional hard removal spell. Probably over Collective Brutality, which doesn't seem to really do much. And I don't know about Wrath. It's probably too slow. It might just be like this. I don't know if there's enough activated abilities for Harsh Mentor to really do anything. I think Wrath is borderline. It's so expensive, but... The new version of Living End? Yeah, I've seen it played. I haven't actually played it yet. It does look pretty spicy. Okay. I mean, I guess we can try this. 2 lands. Double Madcap, though. So we might be able to get on the Madcap plan this game, especially since we have Inquisition. Thoughtseize, Death Shadow, Traverse. Man, I hate taking Thoughtseize here. But it might... Oh, they have Kolaghan's Command too. And we're just going to take Thoughtseize. Their hand looks pretty slow without the Thoughtseize. Yeah, Kolaghan's Command does get rid of our Platinum Empyrean, though. Oh my goodness. Well, whoever said 100% they draw Thoughtseize, you're pretty close. Essentially, the answer is yes. Tags our Asylum Visitor. Sure, yes, nice top deck. Well, we drew another Asylum Visitor. I mean, I guess we run it out there. Why not? Get a... What do we need double of? Black? So Godless Shrine, I guess? Get a Godless Shrine. Problem is, no one's going to be empty-handed for Infinity. And Asylum Visitor is just not a good enough replacement for Confidant. Hell, even in my standard Vampire deck, it's one of the weakest cards. Yeah, I think the thing is we can't really play Confidant with Platinum Empyrean. If we should just not be playing any either, that could be a good argument. Gideon, geez, back to the old land troubles. I guess that's not super surprising. I'm glad you like the 2-tick red deck. What's up, Obsidian Raven? Well, let's attack. Cut Asylum Visitor for more lands, maybe. 22 lands is coming back to haunt us pretty hardcore. It was fine the first game, but this game, I mean, we're getting outlanded by... Really? Really? Opponent. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so now what do we even do? We can Gideon plus Gideon? 595021595022413. 8 months in a row. One more month again, as every month I will say I love you, Seth. Well, I love you too, 595. Thank you so much for the sub. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. We need more ultra budget decks. Maybe looking for one of each color with a follow-up article. I know the power won't be the same as 2-tick red, but a fun thought experiment. Yeah, Guthrie. I'm definitely down with ultra budget decks and doing more of them. It's just so hard. I mean, it's challenging to make competitive $100 decks, and ultra budget is doubly challenging. So I guess we just tick up on Death Shadow. I don't think this works as far as saving us. I guess we could get to double Madcap Experiment. Opponent has another land. Gets in at Gideon. Well, discard Lightning Helix. Hope we draw land and that these double Madcaps can somehow get the job done. Land? Oh, shambles! Oh, I think that's the only tap land in our deck. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Shambles, shambles, shambles. Well, we very well could just be actually dead here if our opponent has anything. And here comes our opponent. Hits us for $1 billion. Down to 4. Lingering Souls. Well, I mean, the question's going to be, do they have a removal spell? Answer, probably yes. But, I mean, we don't have any other out than to just cast it. If we live another turn, we get down another one, which is good. Opponent. Passes. Okay. Well, yes. Things are taking a turn. Experiment. That is 2 Platinum Empyreans. Okay. Well, now our opponent has to kill 2 Platinum Empyreans. Are we going to win this game? Is that a thing that's going to happen? I think we actually are pretty happy to have 2. Ooh! Oh my goodness. Nahiri. Actually, is Nahiri even good? Our life total can't change, but Nahiri can still die. But if our opponent attacks, then we get to attack back. Now what do we do? Because we're not going to block. That's the thing. Well, if we attack, our opponent's going to kill our Platinum Empyreans. Maybe we just Faithless Looting and look for paths and so forth? Yeah, let's looting first. There's a path. So we definitely discard land. And discard Nahiri, I think. You think discard Lily? I think Nahiri's worse than Lily here. I think our opponent just kills it. Yeah, we're going to discard Nahiri. We can also keep Path in hand to stay alive. That is also true. I mean, sooner or later, we're going to draw Burn, I think. So I think we just pass for now. Don't get too aggressive. We have a Maelstrom Pulse type effect covered. We have 2 Platinum Empyreans. Opponent's down to 4. And passes. We get a mountain. So I guess we can just flashback looting? Liliana's not even very good here. So I don't mind discarding Mountain Liliana. I do like Dreadbore. Gideon. Gideon is not the best Gideon for this situation. Hey, welcome Nicole Bolas. Today is my birthday. I figured to use my Prime sub on you when you play the best decks. I really appreciate it. Well, Windswept Heath, did you sub and I missed it? No. Well, thank you for the sub, Windswept Heath, and happy birthday to you. Yeah, Lilyland sounds right. Pass the turn. We can start dreadboring stuff, which is a pretty big gain. I guess Liliana the Veil could be another problematic card. Traverse, okay. Only gets creatures. Hopefully they don't have like Rex Age or something. Another Death Shadow. Plays the Death Shadow. And passes. We get a Shambling Vent. How do we close out this game? We can't attack though because we just lose our Empyreans and we die. Vertaloth 24, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. I don't think the song command works, but this is Scream If You Wanna by Weisiger. Yeah, we just want to find Burn. I think we gotta save one path. We can kill Shadows. We could also Gideon. I think we're just gonna Gideon first. Let's Gideon. Tick up Gideon. This gives us another threat. Tick up Gideon on a spirit token. Play Shambling Vent, pass the turn. So we might be able to get to a position where we can just like kill both Death Shadows. Our opponent probably like attacks with a spirit, attack with everything, and just steal the win that way. Alright. Well, there goes Gideon. Opponent. Oh, we just want to draw burn spells. That's the easiest way. There's one. Alright. Pass the turn. We're getting closer. If our opponent ever cracks a fetch, we got him. Opponent's life total certainly can change. Inquisition. Well, let's do that. Traverse, Thoughtseize, Battle Rage. None of this stuff is that scary. I guess we take Traverse. Thoughtseize kills our opponent. So, yeah. Let's just take Traverse. Pass the turn. Yeah, I did see the new Samet. Not super high on it for Standard, but it can definitely do some really sweet things in Commander or Modern with Doubling Season. Just super cool. Nahiri. Well, this might force our opponent into doing something crazy. Play Nahiri. Take up Nahiri. Discard Dreadbore. Get a Blood Crypt. Pass the turn. So if our opponent goes on a big attack, we might be able to steal the game that way as well. Opponent finds Inquisition. Opponent. We couldn't discard the crypt. Okay. Nahiri down. Yeah, it was an odd choice to not take Helix. Maybe they have more discard? They have Thoughtseize. Lingering Souls. And passes. Oh, play Blood Crypt. Pass the turn. Oh my goodness, this game. Bobble for our opponent. Cracks it. We can't crack our fetch. Opponent passes. Draws a card. Well, we might as well Liliana. Play Liliana. Take it up. Discard Flooded Strand. Pass the turn. Oh, this is so ridiculous. We don't have any protection from our opponent finding Maelstrom Pulse now. Oh yeah, I will fix the screen. I'll move it over. Sorry. Opponent kills our Liliana. Another Goyf. Plays a Forest. Bloodstained Mire will keep in hand. Pass the turn. Yeah, what are we drawing into? How many burn spells do we actually have left? Is Gideon even worthwhile? Not really. It just dies. So pass the turn. We cannot pay life with Empyrean out. Shambling Vent, go. Yeah, what? Do we have a way of winning? I'm starting to wonder now. Opponent passes. I guess eventually we'll draw Emrakul and may be able to cast Emrakul. I actually don't know if we can. Lingering Souls. Lingering Souls! That's a card. That's a card that can do things and win us this game. Also gives us a buffer for a potential Liliana. So we can just out Lingering Souls our opponent and win. That's an actual possibility. Forgot about Lingering Souls. That's true. I guess we could somehow play through our entire deck and win that way. Opponent passes. Draws a card. Bloodstained Mire, not good. Well, get in with our spirits. Opponent can't take any damage or they die to Lightning Helix. There's the blocks. 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 Yeah. I don't know if we actually can cast Emrakul. Pass the turn. Because we can't even crack our fetches, and we have some lands that have been discarded already, so I don't know if it's possible. If we draw another Lingering Souls, and we do have a lot more Lingering Souls. Well, Swamp is a real land. Pass the turn. I wonder what our opponent's drawing to that kills us. There it is. There's Lingering Souls. Play Lingering Souls. Pass the turn. Opponent passes. Discards. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, now we got the win in multiple ways. Oh my goodness, this game. Opponent has to kill both spirits. Colligan's command. Okay. Down to 1 Platinum Empyrean. Fatal push. So, Lightning Helix our opponent. Oh, goodness gracious. 2 damage to our opponent. Get back Platinum Empyrean. Whoo! My God. Wow. Wowie zowie. Oh, the grindiest of games. What's up, Filthy Casual? Oh, geez. Well, we got there. The power... the power of Platinum Empyrean. Whoo! Yup. Our opponent did not have good answers. They're probably going to bring in more good answers. Well, luckily... Geez, I can't believe that worked. Normally, I don't think it's going to be that grindy. That was pretty insanely grindy. We could bring in Rest in Pieces, I guess. Asylum Visitor seems like it's just going to die. I don't think most of the games are going to be as grindy as that one is. That was just a really odd scenario. So let's try going down Asylum Visitors, going up Rest in Peace, and then maybe going up the Wrath for what? Yeah, we definitely have a ton of fetches. Collective Brutality could be good too. I think we actually need souls for chumping though. Side out Nahiri Emrakul? We need a way to win the game, and that's our primary way of actually winning the game. Yeah, I think we can go down A, looting. Maybe we can go down A, lingering souls. I think we really need them, though. Our opponent has lingering souls. They have things we need to chump. I mean, platinum is our not dying condition. Maybe just a Liliana? We can go down to Liliana. Opponent has lingering souls. Liliana doesn't match up that well with linger. Or actually, maybe Gideon is just worse. Let's go down 1 Gideon. Yeah, I think we'll try that. Let's try it like that. All right, so we're 1-1 against another Death Shadow deck. Oh, this hand is so slow and so able to be... Well, it doesn't get disrupted by... We are on the draw. We do have 5 lands, and our deck is pretty expensive. Despite being the one of those crying punt at you when you don't pay attention to the game, I actually think you're an exceptionally good player and would love to see you at Pro Tour level tournaments. Why don't you want to? Well, thank you, X-Goal, for the kind words. But I think the biggest thing is I just don't have the desire to do all the traveling required to grind. Like, I really love making content, and it would be hard to go to GPs every weekend and do the stuff necessary to actually qualify for the Pro Tour. Well, we don't have many lands left in our deck. We're gonna try it. Whatever. I mean, we do have Madcap Experiment, and Nahiri's powerful. And I love that it blanks Inquisition, but if our opponent has Thoughtseize instead of Inquisition, it's a little worse. Street Wraith, down to 15. So our opponent is going to have turn 1 Death Shadow. Please no. Mishra's Bubble. And passes? Okay. Not a land, please. Cracks the bobble. Good card. Ooh, that's an Empyreon. That is the last card we wanted to draw. Yep. I would have rather drawn yet another land over that, probably. Blood Crypt for our opponent. Down to 12. Down to 10. Yeah. Maybe gonna regret not mulliganing. Oh, dear. Certainly going to regret not mulliganing. Well, this hand is pretty absurd from our opponent either way. Double Death Shadow on turn 2 is about as good as it gets for that deck. What else do we have? Drawing Paths? Wraths are not going to be fast enough. Well, Path 1. Okay. I mean, that's something. That was a good draw. Opponent goes attacking. Cracks. Gets a Godless Shrine. Down to 7. Well, let's path. We got a path 1. We can't take 12 here. Alright, 1 Death Shadow down. Yeah, I just don't know if it's going to be fast enough. So down to 13. Oh, God. Well, good news is we weren't going to beat this hand anyway. Our opponent just had 3 Death Shadows and all the life laws. Just not going to happen. Well, maybe. There's a Gideon. Tick up Gideon on a Death Shadow. Jeez. I mean, we might get to Platinum Empyreon. Oh my goodness. We're dead to Temur Battle Rage. We're kind of staying alive-ish. We also, if they don't go at Gideon, we can just Nahiri? A Death Shadow? Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Death Shadow growing. I guess they could somehow get to 1 life and kill us that way. And, yep, we're dead anyway. Alright. Well, yeah. Our hand was a bit slow, even though we drew well, but the bigger deal there is, I mean, our opponent just had literally their best possible draw. I'm pretty sure that Death Shadow cannot get a better draw than that. So, I mean... Yeah, we lose if we emblem. We lose no matter what we do with how that played out. Because they would just kill... They would just send one at our Gideon and the other at us. Whew! Well, that was just a really good hand. Hats off to our opponent on a super good hand. Did any Panharmonicon Displacer builds resurface on the big stage by this time? Yeah, I haven't seen any Panharmonicon Displacer builds in a long time. I think it's partly losing Reflector Mage was bad. Well, I don't even think it was that windy because even though we kept a hand that didn't have interaction, we had a path for the first Death Shadow, and then we had Gideon to stop the second Death Shadow. So I don't think there was any more interaction than that we could have had. So I think it was still just, I mean, just a really good hand from our opponent. Wait, no, the emblem, I think you're misunderstanding how the emblem works. So the emblem only does something if we have a Gideon out. So Our opponent has 2 Death Shadows. One of them attacks and kills Gideon. The other one attacks us to negative life. Gideon dies, we die. So the emblem actually doesn't save us there in that scenario. All right, quick 30-second break. Be right back with round number 3. Probably playing more Death Shadows. Alright, and we're back. Waiting for round 3. Next budget magic. Let me see, Halando. Oh, that reminds me of the red deck we played. That looks like a fun green-red aggro deck. Some werewolf sub-themes. You got the Cryptolithrites in there. It's pretty spicy. Throne of Pharaoh Gods, Cryptolithrites, Burn from Within. Sounds like a really fun idea. Alright, on to round 3. I play Indomitable Creativity in Standard. Do you think if we swapped the small creatures with token generators and added some creativities, it would play alright? This deck? Maybe? I guess that could actually work. This hand's actually pretty reasonable. Lands. Stuff to play with the lands. Yeah, I think that I think you could build a version like that. I'm trying to think of the actual list and what the drawback is. Like, what are we having to take out of the deck to make creativity work? The nice thing about Madcap Experiment is you just automatically gets Platinum Imperion, no work required. Because it only hits artifacts, while creativity hits multiple card types. So that's a... Oh. Huh? Shelter Thicket? Well, good thing we have an Inquisition, because I'm very curious what our opponent's playing. Oh. Never mind. It's just Valakut. And... Huh. So I guess we just take a Ram spell. That Titan is going to be a problem. We'd love an untap land here. That would probably be our very best draw. Surge suspended. There's Valakut. Untap land? Well, so it's probably going to whiff. Yeah. Oh, and the Scape Shift. Well, Shambling Vent, go. We need to be attacking their hand with Liliana, but this untap land, or this tap land, is going to set us back a lot. Oh boy. Well, we'll see. Unfortunately, we drew 2 Inquisitions and no Thought Seizes. Untap land? Alright, that's an untap land. Well, that's helpful. So we get to Liliana. Take up Liliana. Discard Lingering Souls. Opponent's probably going to discard Scape Shift, I imagine. This might be enough. The Titan's still super bad for us. Our opponent gets another land off Search. Whew. Liliana is super good, and we needed that land severely. Gideon's Emblem is good. Also, Madcap Experiment can be good. Unfortunately, Swamp Clifftop Retreat, kind of a non-boo. Yeah, Liliana is very good against combo decks like this. Yeah, this land is looking pretty bad in our hand right now. Opponent's doing the math, trying to figure out what they can discard. Whoa! Prime time? Did they draw a second Titan? That is a surprising discard. Cycles a land. Are they playing Prismatic Omen? What makes this make sense? I have no idea. That was the weirdest thing I've seen in quite a while. So opponent gets a land. They have 4 mana. They need 7 or 8 lands to kill us. Nahiri might be able to save us from Omen, though, if that's their plan. Secure Tribe Elder. Alright, they're just on the Scapeshift plan, must be. Well, Empyrean might save us from Scapeshift for a minute at least. Yeah, I'm very glad, man. Modern Masters 3 was so good. They really hit it out of the park with the reprints. Seth looks at Mercurial Geist in Standard. There's a bunch of pump spells to help, and things like Rattle Chains for protection, Baral to make it faster. Provalicious, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Mercurial Geist is a 4 mana, 1/3 flyer. When you cast an instant or sorcery, it gets +3/+0 until end of turn. Sweet. That does seem pretty powerful. I thought MM3 draft was reasonable. Summoner's Pact. I feel like our opponent does not know how to play this deck. This is the craziest lines I've ever seen anyone take. Because now they have 1 card in hand and we make them discard Scapeshift. I literally do not understand. Ugh, that's not a good draw. So, Flashback, Lingering Souls. Take up Liliana. Discard Platinum Empyrean. I have no clue what our opponent's doing. Those are the 2 cards that you never want to discard. And now our opponent has to pay for Summoner's Pact. I think we're going to win because of that. Opponent forgets to pay, loses the game. That would be sweet. Yeah, I do not know about those lines. Buddy playing Black, White, Death, and Shadow with Gideons and Bobs. Sweet. Okay. We will kill your Wood Elves with our Spirit Token. Opponent passes. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're just going to... Opponent's going to be empty-handed, though. So I think we can Nahiri here. I think... Because getting Emrakul to close out the game would be super helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think they can kill us. Is Dungrove Elders viable in Modern? Hang on. I heard donation noises. Oh, the noises! 314. While since the money goes right to you, I have a lot of piece. I've been... Wait. Oh my goodness. I missed it. I gotta look it back up. Hang on. Hang on. I gotta look it up. I didn't read it fast enough. I gotta get faster at reading donations. Let's see. From All the Noises, 314. Well, since the money goes right to you, have a piece of pie. Well, thank you, All the Noises. I've been playing Scred a lot lately and Roast in the main and swapping Stormbreath for Mono Red Sarkin has been doing great in the DS meta. In a DS meta. Thoughts? I could imagine that Scred could be pretty good against Death Shadow. Some of those decks are extremely greedy on their mana base. You have good removal, have a fast clock to finish off the game. So yeah, that seems like it could be a pretty good choice in the current meta. Wait, I don't think we lose to Scapeshift, though, because they only have 7 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's only 18 damage. Yeah, we're going to Nahiri. I don't think they can kill us here. Dazzy J, 3 months, haven't been able to catch many streams live, but keep up the great content so I have stuff to watch later. Well, thank you, Dazzy J, and thank you for the subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscribers. Well, take up Nahiri. Yeah, we'll loot away Shambling Vent. Take up Liliana the Veil. Discard Lightning Helix. Pass the turn. How do I see Esper Gifts in the current meta? I think it's okay. The biggest problem is a lot of graveyard hate. Dredge is still a big thing, so lots of people are prepared for that. What did our opponent draw? And is it relevant? Hunting Wilds. That was a pretty good draw. Lets them kill our Liliana? Okay. Ugh. That was a good draw. Is there a viable Dungrove Elder deck in Modern? Not especially. I mean, you can play it as a 3-drop in, like, Mono Green Stompy or something, but it's not that good compared to some of the other options. It's just hard to get enough forests on the battlefield to make it really good. Alright, well. Well, let's take up Nahiri. Discard Lingering Souls. Draw Lingering Souls. And now we just got a Madcap. And we might as well get in with our Spirit, I guess. We would like to kill our opponent before they just somehow ping us to death. Now we're to the point where if they top deck Scapeshift, it's super bad. Like, deadly bad. I think. Really? Wood Elves, okay. So they can ping on our Nahiri. Do you have a set for your favorite basic lands? I just found my old Invasion and Mass stuff the other day. Mirage is my favorite, but I like a lot of them. I like scattered ones from different sets. I really like this Rob Alexander Swamp. So there's a bunch of different ones that I like. Bloodstain, Mire, well... What are we discarding? I guess we just go wide with Spirits? Well, let's discard the land, I guess. We don't really need it. Kolaghan's Command is interesting. I don't know what that exactly does for us. They can get 1 land. Well, we attack with both. It's also possible they somehow get enough lands out of their deck that they can't win with Scapeshift if they draw it. Opponent blocks with Wood Elves. Actually, maybe it's safer to make them discard for their turn. We can discard and make them sack Sakura Tribe Elder. Or we just hope we fade it. Alright. Yeah, since we drew Kolaghan's Command, we better use it. Stop on our opponent's draw step. Opponent draws. This seems weird, but I think we just want to get this Sakura Tribe Elder off the battlefield. We're never going to cast a Platinum Empyrean, so target player discards a card. Well, Hey, awesome, Psycho D? I'm sure I said that very wrong. But awesome, welcome. Glad to have you. Yeah. So make our opponent discard. Make our opponent sack Sakura Tribe Elder. Limit the number of draw steps our opponent has. Opponent sacks. Gets a land. What do they hit? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We can get it back to discard it for free with Nahiri, but this gives us a 2-turn clock. It's got to be the smartest plan here. Yeah, I'm just wondering if they could run out of mountains, since they're getting so many on this slow land plan. What did they draw? Alright, search for tomorrows. That's a fine thing to get rid of. Opponent passes. We get a plains. Well, take up Nahiri. Discard Lingering Souls. We get a path, which we would like to leave up. So, play the plains. We basically need to fade 1 turn. Titan doesn't do it. It has to literally be Scape Shift. That's the one card. So, let's see. Does our opponent top deck Scape Shift this exact turn? We have lethal, and our opponent scoops it up. Sweet. Ah, it's going well. Termagurf. We are 1-1. We beat Death Shadow, lost a really crazy match to Death Shadow. And now we are fighting Scape Shift. And I actually feel like this is not a great matchup. Like, it worked that game, but I don't feel like this is a particularly great matchup for us. Platinum Empyrean is nice, but with enough Scape Shift, they can get through it. Friendly leagues are just as competitive deck-wise, I think, as competitive leagues. With a better player and a better deck, you should have lost. Yeah, I mean, our opponent definitely made some odd decisions. Harsh Mentor doesn't seem to do enough, I don't think. Yes. It's not a activated ability. It's just a triggered ability, so it wouldn't actually get hit. Yeah, there's not really much difference. The only difference is the payout's a little bit different. Alright, so Rest in Peace, nothing. Stony Silence, nothing. Wrath, no, 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 no. I mean, the only card that I could even see an argument for is Platinum Angel, and it's probably not worth it. So I think maybe we just run it back. We just don't have enough mana to regularly cast it, and it dies to 2 Valakut triggers. I think this is only for, like, very specific matchups. So I think we just run it back. We really don't have anything to bring in. Yeah, Fulminator would be sweet. I would be down with Fulminators. Okay. We can deal with this. Inquisition. Faithless Looting. Actually looking good in this hand. Opponent starts off the ramp with a Search for Tomorrows. Well, Bloodstained Mire. Ugh. Crack it. I don't know if our life total is that relevant. We're going to be below 18, so we're going to die to that anyway. So let's just get a Blood Crypt. Untapped. And Inquisition. Explore 2 Valakuts, 2 non-Valakut lands. Okay. Search, taken down. Ah, man. Okay, opponent plays land. We draw a mountain, so Faithless Looting. Discard Lingering Souls and a... mountain. Play Flooded Strand. Pass the turn. Surgical Extraction and Ghost Quarter would be amazing sideboard cards. Yeah, those would be very good in this matchup. Let me see a look. Take a look at this Indomitable Creativity list. I mean, I think it can function. I'm just not sure. I think it can function. I'm not sure it would be more competitive than just playing Madcap Experiment, but it seems like a list that could function. We have a new subscriber, Motley Shaman, 5 months in a row, says, "What?" Well, what to you too. Thank you for the subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Let's get a Godless Shrine. Draw a Swamp. So, Bloodstained Mire. I think we're just gonna, well, yeah, let's just Looting. Lingering Souls doesn't seem that insane. Actually, never mind. I don't want to crack that yet. Let's just Lingering Souls. We can Looting in the future. Pass the turn. I'm so confused. Why sound weird? It's like from Aquarium half the time. Why is ever? Did I say that? Why is that a thing that people are saying? I'm so confused. Stopping ground for our opponent. Untapped. Getting frisky. Something's happening. We know 2 of their cards are Valakuts in hand. Oh, I see. Meme creation. Good job, chat. Opponent. Dark Dwellers. This is a super spicy build. No doubt about that. The spice is real. Oh, I see what's saying. Is the sound actually weird? Maybe try refreshing? I did get a new microphone. I just got to figure out how to make it work. Yes, new microphone has been achieved. I just haven't figured out how to make it sound awesome. I have to write a complete 2,000-word essay in 8.5 hours. Why am I watching your stream? Ooh, well, the stream is sweet, but that is a fair question. What's up, Lucanas81? All right. Crack Bloodstained Mire. Get a Sacred Foundry. Tapped. Well, I think we just got to run Madcap out there and hope, like, nothing goes wrong. I just TT. 8 months in a row. Good luck with your matches. Well, thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yeah, you could write an essay about this stream. That would be sweet. Let's just play a Swamp. Run out Madcap Experiment. Hope that nothing goes wrong. Get in with our spirits. And pass the turn. What are the chances that our opponent, based on how they've played so far, will improperly stack their Scape Shift triggers when they're trying to kill Empyrean and lose because of it? That seems like a thing that could actually happen in this matchup with this opponent. Considering making my own deck techs on YouTube, but wondering what you use for your overlays. Do you make them yourself or do you use a program? That is a program / tool we have at MTG Goldfish. So it is, I don't actually make slides for all of them. Thank God. That would be, oh my goodness. Hypenic, 3 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscribers. So yeah, so it is a tool, but it's not a tool that's public. It's just for site videos. Oh, welcome, Wafu77. Definitely appreciate it. Wait, did I miss your subscription? Wafu, thank you for your subscription. Well, it's the moment of truth. The moment of truth. Actually, no. Our opponent has so many triggers, I don't think they can mess this up. Maybe they can. Ella 5 months in a row is back. Well, welcome back, Ella. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscribers. And if I missed you, Wafu77, welcome to you as well. Big scoops cheer, definitely appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Fingers crossed for the trigger punt. There are definitely a lethal amount of triggers. Let's see how they are stacked. Opponent appears to be stacking them correctly. Face, face, face. 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 Come on, all face. You can do it. Face. 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 They were thinking, though. You could see the delay. Empyrean. Empyrean. Yep, opponent did it correctly. All right. You got us. I'm so confused. Does the sound weird? I moved my microphone more away from my mouth. Yeah, good job, opponent. This feels like this might not actually be a good... I'm so confused. Do I need to listen? I'm so confused. Oh, opponent. Alright, I moved it back. I moved it back. It's back. Fixed. Is that better? Alright, well, I'll have to listen to it after the stream. I'm not sure. I can't actually hear myself talking, so I'll have to look after the stream and see if there's an issue. Because I have a video of it, so I will listen and see and try to fix it in the future. Y'all are driving me crazy. I feel like half of you are trolling me. Tracy King! Sorry I can't sub due to my finances, but I've shared out the stream with my social platforms. Well, thank you. I definitely appreciate it. Love your content. Think we have similar playstyles. I didn't see the new Perspectives deck until after game day, which I took a very similar list, and same thing happened with Panharmonicon. Awesome. Well, thank you. Definitely appreciate it. No, we're not banning anyone. Chat must be messing with you. The sound is perfect and only gets bad when you try to fix it. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Y'all are confusing me. Let's run it back and get lucky. We do not have any good ways of interacting with this deck, unfortunately. We get to play first. Fast clock would be good. This hand does not seem good. No black mana. Well, we got Faithless Looting. We can always save the day with Faithless Looting. But what does this hand even do? Does this hand do anything? It's just a pile of cards. I mean, we do have looting. We'll try it. I do like looting, discard Lingering Souls. Hopefully the draw 2, discard 2 will make this hand good. If we did not have Faithless Looting, I would snap mulligan, I think. Oh, well, I'm glad you love aquariums. Opponent going to 6. So what do we want? Either a fast clock or some sort of discard type stuff. So Faithless Looting. Discard Souls. Well, Gideon is a fast clock. I think we might have to keep Kolaghan's Command. So let's discard Asylum Visitor. Since we can always get back Asylum Visitor with our Kolaghan's Command. Look at me, thinking ahead. Oh, I think we have a new Whoa! Tuanos, $50, finally enable donations. Oh, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. The support from all of you has been super amazing. I am floored. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, that is awesome. And I promise, at some point, I'm going to figure out how to have a sub ticker going. Tuanos. Tuanos. Taunos. Taunos? We're getting there. Pony has a mountain. Sure. Another looting. Well, Bloodstained Mire. Crack Bloodstained Mire. We got to be a little aggressive here. Get a Godless Shrine. Untapped. Flashback our Lingering Souls. Start working on killing our opponent before they find a way to kill us. Tanos. Ah, Tanos. Ooh, double mountain. Oh, we're going to steal this win in what feels like a tough matchup. Lingering Souls. Well, Sacred Foundry, untapped. Linger, linger, linger. Get in with our spirits. Hit our opponent. Pass the turn. Down to 18. We're getting there. The Squid Labs, 8 months in a row. Welcome. Oh, green mana to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where can I see how much people have donated to you and hope it doesn't affect your taxes too much? I need to get it set up so there's like a ticker so we can see donations. We've only been doing it for like just over a week now. Path, well, I think we need to Faithless Looting, discard Colligan's Command, and Path to Exile. We gotta go for it. I mean, if our opponent has Anger of the Gods or something, we're gonna get super wrecked. Umpha! Welcome to the Fishbowl. 7 months in a row. Use the $50 to fix the sound, maybe. I'm still not convinced I'm not just getting trolled. And the Uber Ninja, 7 months in a row. Love the content. Keep up the good work. Could we get a wrap-up video on Budget Magic about how you liked it and how to make the deck better? Thanks. Well, the Uber Ninja, I've had some requests for that, so that might be coming at some point. First, welcome you both back to the Fishbowl. Definitely appreciate it. Thanks for your subscription. Big scoops here for our re-subscribers. So I've definitely had a lot of requests for that, so that is a thing that could happen. Oh, we are so close. We can, oh, what's our opponent got? What's our opponent got? Explore, draws a card. No lands, no lands, no lands. Valakut. What? Land? Gets in for 1. We take it. Oh, all right. So, Collective Brutality. Oh, this is so good. So, Collective Brutality, 2 modes, Duress and Drain. This gets rid of Escape Shift. Oh, if they have 2 Scape Shifts. Well, we can't beat 2 Scape Shifts. So, Duress and Drain. Discard Path. 3 Prime Times, 1 Scape Shift. Scape Shift down. Attack with all of our spirits. Hit our opponent to 6. I think we got it. I think we got it. They can't win now. Whoo! We got there, we got there, we got there. Holy. I mean, I guess our opponent could draw Anger or something like that, but otherwise, they can't draw land and Scape Shift. Primetime doesn't do it. Yup. Primetime gets 2 lands because we can just Gideon, Ultimate Gideon. And I guess we don't even need to. They can only kill 2 spirits, though. And we have Helix and Gideon to Anthem. Even if they kill 4 spirits, it's still not enough. So, shoots down a couple spirits. Whoo! What do you mean what's going on with Budget Magic? We have Budget Magic every week. I don't think I've ever missed a Budget Magic since I started doing the series. The money, yes, Adavan. Adavan94, the donation money is sort of like, I guess, a bonus or something, but it does go directly to me. So that's, if you want to support me directly, that's the easiest way to do it. I mean, definitely support the site as well with the merch page and tokens and stuff, but if you want to give support directly to me, donations is the way to do it. Gideon, Emblem Gideon, Attack, and we got there. Whoo! What's my favorite series to do on the channel? It's gotta be Against the Odds, I think. I really enjoy Budget Magic. I really have fun playing Magic with Tomer. Speaking of Tomer, another This or That Magic is coming out tonight with a twist. So you all can give me some feedback before it even goes live. You can be the focus group. So, first off, how many of you have actually watched This or That Magic? The series where me and Tomer play the flavorful decks. Playing Pauper, so Jake is on a content break. I'm not sure when he will be coming back. He hasn't really told me yet. Oh, okay. So, alright, a lot of people have watched This or That. So, this episode of This or That coming out tonight, we changed things up a little bit. It is still me and Tomer, so that part's the same, but instead of being all singletons, the decks, and being as crazily flavored, we went more like thematic and almost build our own dual deck, sort of. So there's more 3 and 4 ofs in the deck. It's still built around a theme, and there's still a lot of flavor. But the idea was that it would be decks that you could actually build. We had some requests from people that were like, I'd love to have a decks that were like $10, $20 that are thematic and fun, but also playable. And that was one of the problems with, I don't know if it's a problem, but the old style of This or That isn't really replayable. There's random dual lands, and they're not really decks that can play. They're more to be flavorful and functional. So, I don't know. Let me know if you, let me know what you think after you watch the video, because it's it's basically a build your own dual deck idea. And if y'all like it better, we might move to that going forward for This or That. Yeah, it is very kitchen table or tabletop Magic-esque. All right, sweet. Well, let's move on to round number 4. 1 more win for a treasure chest. 2 more wins for, what, 4 treasure chests? What are your thoughts on this deck? Mono Blue Foretold? Well, good. I'm glad that everyone likes the idea. Oh, can you repost the Mono Blue Foretold list? I hit the wrong button, and now I can't actually see the list. Yeah, This or That EDH could be cool. What is a more likely format for you to play, stream, upload? Legacy, Vintage, 1v1 Commander. So we've played Legacy before. We've played Vintage very infrequently. Like once, I think. Embrace Nurgle, 2 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. So, in 1v1 Commander is actually Much Brew this weekend. We are, not Boggles, please. Please, I mean, we got Liliana, but still, please not Boggles. So yeah, Much Brew this weekend is 1v1 Commander, and it should be interesting. Well, I guess we just Godless Shrine here. Pass. Oh, it's Tron? Green-white Tron? We did talk about Hour of Devastation spoilers very beginning of the stream. Have you heard of Extra Life Marathon streaming? It's a way for gamers and streamers to raise money for charity. MTG Goldfish has enough popularity to really have an impact. If you're interested, I can send you more info. Well, why don't you send me an email? I'm not actually familiar with Extra Life streaming, so send me an email, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. But it sounds like potentially a cool way to give back. Oh, Tron. Tron, Tron, Tron. Well, crack this. I don't know. We don't really... Oh, this deck. It doesn't have answers to Tron either, does it? I have a feeling that we might lose this one. Get a Blood Crypt, untapped, and Asylum Visitor you. Get in. Need to play Zombardment for... Hey, see you, Zira. Need to play Zombardment for next week's Mucha Brew. I'll have to see. That one just went up today, so I'm not sure how popular it is. I think last time I checked, it was... Oh, geez, I don't remember what was in the lead now. Relic of Progenitus for our opponent. Sylvan Scrying. Oh, dear. Tron assembled. We cannot get our opponent empty-handed yet. Inquisition. Well, let's get in with Asylum Visitor. If we get Ugin, we're dead. If we get Karn, we're pretty dead. Well, Bloodstained Mire, crack it. I don't know. Get a Sacred Foundry, untapped. I think our only real play is Liliana, but I'm not convinced that it's gonna beat Tron. We have no Ghost Quarters. Your dream is to top 8 a small Japanese tournament? Alright, discard, Inquisition. Opponent discards Expedition map. So they have Tron piece and one unknown. They can also draw 2 cards with the help of their artifacts. Yeah, I don't know how that actually works. I think they're just very small, so when you have like 20 players, it's not as challenging to top 8 as it is just by random variants or mana screw or something, as it is with, I don't know, 1,000 players, 3,000 players. Opponent cracks it. Come on. No finishers, no finishers. Scrying. Alright, that's just a land. Well, our opponent's got 1,000,000 mana. They have all the mana they could ever want. Expedition map, even more so. No finisher yet. We can actually get our opponent empty-handed? That's pretty good. So let's tick up our Liliana. Discard Nahiri, I guess. I guess we can't quite get them empty-handed. Well, we might be able to. Alright, let's attack with Asylum Visitor. Opponent takes it. Down to 14. Pass the turn, see if they crack Expedition map. Exiles Nahiri. Well, we're gonna go for it. It actually doesn't... it's not gonna work, is it? No. Okay. Opponent gets a land. It's a tower. Untaps. Alright, what do you got? What do you got? What do you got? They could have just cracked the other map, so we wouldn't have got their last card anyway. 2 mana. Cracks Relic. Okay. No finishers. No finishers. Sanctum. Jeez, opponent's passing. What do we do? Well, let's... Wow, are they just gonna whiff? So 2 damage to our opponent. Player discards a card. Discards a tower. Down to 2. Gideon of the Trials. Well, tick up Liliana. Discard Big Gideon. Opponent discards another tower. Get in with Asylum Visitor. Man, if we can fade one more turn without an Ugin, we have lethal. Play Gideon. Emblem Gideon. Well, this is it. We got to fade one more draw without a huge finisher. Opponent cracks. This is the turn. One time. Nothing off the top. Oh, man. If we can steal this game one, maybe there's a chance we can steal this match. Opponent gets a Ghost Quarter. Okay. Come on. Plays a land. Uh-oh. Worm Coil. That doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. Opponent passing. So we... do we go for the win? Well, let's Path Worm Coil. Fire up Gideon. Attack with both. Hit our opponent to 2. Ultimate Liliana. And our opponent scoops it up. Whoo, my goodness. Wow, we got there. Yeah, we were trying to get them off the mana so they wouldn't be able to get us with discard. Wait, we knew the card? Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, I forgot that we actually knew the card. I wasn't trying to slow roll. I just, for some reason, I wasn't thinking that we knew what the card was. Stony Silences, maybe by force, although it's not as good. Dreadbore gets Planeswalkers. Harsh Mentor, yeah, I mean, we could try it. We're facing green-white Tron in this match. Modern Walls. We've played some sweet Walls decks in the past. Ooh. Lab Maniac. I like it. We played something kind of similar to this, but not with the Lab Maniac. Lab Maniac kill sounds pretty fun in that. The deck was a lot better than I thought it was going to be when I knew it was all walls. Yeah, I guess that's true. Harsh Mentor could be good enough. Well, what's bad? This might be a match where we just take out Platinum Empyrean Madcap Experiment. Uh-oh, we have a new donation. What do we have? $5 from 595094213. Oh yes, the infamous Small Japanese Tournament. Well, thank you so much, 595. Definitely appreciate it, and I also appreciate the infamous Small Japanese Tournaments. Maybe we just take out this package. The problem, doesn't our opponent's stuff beat this anyway? Ulamogs, Karns, like, that plan just isn't even good. So maybe we just take out that whole package and play like a Mardu control type deck. I think that might be our smartest play here. And go down one Helix. Maybe like this. I kind of like this idea. And keep a Lightning Helix over an Inquisition? I think I'm just going to run it like this. Okay. I mean... The problem is we have no sideboard cards, and we have no white mana. We do have a Gideon and an Inquisition. If you're going to play in a real card modern tournament, is there a deck a main deck that you would play or thought was best for the tournament? Wait. Oh, is there a main deck I would play, or would I just play what I thought was best for the tournament? I mean, I would probably play... I guess I would probably play what I thought was best. I don't know. That's a tough one. I would have to have fun playing it. Oh, this does not seem good enough to me. I'm in a mulligan. Alright. Very similar. Power plant. I mean, Harsh Mentor could maybe get us some value. Looting. Well, let's Mountain and Looting. Discard Lingering Souls, and we're so far away from Gideon. Probably just one Asylum Visitor, I guess. Pass the turn. Well, let's see how good Harsh Mentor is. More Tron. Or maybe we just get turn 3. Cracks it. Ancient Stirrings. Finds. Karn. Well, they have a finisher if they find Tron. Let's Swamp and Harsh Mentor. Pass the turn. Do they have natural Tron? Oh god. This is what we call the Tron nuts. Okay, opponent, you get our Gideon. Oh, we drew our Emrakul. There's no way we can attack through a card. Yeah, I really hate that aspect of Tron. Is the high variance, I get lucky and I win kind of deck. Yep. Well, sometimes that happens. I mean, talk about nut draws. That's the Tron nuts. Just natural turn 3 Tron, Karn into Ugin. Doesn't get any better than that. Whew. It's kind of the Aetherworks Marvel of Modern. Actually, it's very beatable if you're built for it, but our deck is, for some reason, I don't know what the meta this deck was playing against. I don't remember if this was a Magic Online deck or a Japanese deck, but it does not seem super prepared for Tron. I mean, Stony Silence is nice, but we don't have any Fulminators, and that seems like a shoo-in for a deck like this. Rat Tribal. Looks like you have, what's the 2-mana Ravenous Rats? 2-mana Discard Rat's not the worst. But looks like you have most of the big hitters for Rats, I think. Off the top of my head, at least. Yeah, we don't have that much for this deck. Yeah, I don't remember if this was from Japan or if this was a Moto list. Yeah, Fulminator probably should be in the sideboard. Well, let's run it back. We can always draw our sideboard cards and win. Or our opponent could have a bit of a slow draw. So we get to play first. Well, we have it. We have the sideboard. Oh my goodness, this is the draw. Oh my god. If we could draw up a hand that was good at beating Tron with this deck, this is almost every single card. The only thing we're really missing is a good source of pressure, but this is super close to the ideal hand for beating Tron with our deck. So Bloodstained Mire, get a Blood Crypt. Yeah, we could use like a land into Gideon or something just to speed up our clock, but this seems pretty close to what we want. So yeah, grab a Blood Crypt, untapped, lead on Inquisition. Karn Expedition Map, double Ancient Stirrings, Path. So I think we just take Ancient Stirrings. Opponent has 0 Tron pieces. Take Ancient Stirrings, hope that they play Expedition Map and we can Stony Silence it. Alright, Ancient Stirrings. Looking for lands, I'm sure. Finds a power plant. There's a Gideon. Alright, we are getting close. Crack this. Get a Godless Shrine. Untapped. And we're going to get down Harsh... Well... So we play Harsh Mentor. We can't Thought Seize and Stony Silence next turn. I don't know how much that matters, though. Yeah, let's get a clock down. Pass the turn. We kind of want them to spend their mana playing Expedition Map anyway. Is good for us. Oh, no! Their draw was Stony Silence. Well, let's Faithless Looting. Discard... I think we got to keep Nahiri. I think we discard Gideon and Path. Discard Gideon and Path. Play Blackcleave Cliffs. We have to Stony Silence this turn, or else our opponent just puts together Tron with that Expedition Map. So we have to Stony Silence, pass the turn. Nahiri gives us the fastest way to just close out this game. There's Expedition Map. Opponent passes. Well, let's get in with Harsh Mentor. Faithless Looting. We need a land. No lands. Discard Lingering Souls. Discard second Stony Silence. Well, at least we got non-lands out of the way. That's something. Opponent has one more Tron piece. There's the tower. Well, we can triple discard. So get in with Harsh Mentor. I wonder if this forces the path. Let's... Actually, let's lead on Thoughtseize. Karn Worldbreaker. Ooh, Thragtusk. Yup. So Thragtusk down. Inquisition. Here's the path. So we get Nahiri next turn. Get a... Oh, we are pretty close. Get a Plains. This whiffs. Thoughtseize, take the Karn. Alright, pass the turn. Come on, Nahiri. Come on, Nahiri. Oh! No. kidding. Oh, that's... Oh my god. Well, now the game ends. Oh, that's absurd. Absurd. Alright, well. Oh, sometimes you draw it. Sometimes you draw it. Opponent gets in with World Breaker. Play Nahiri. Tick up. Discard Gideon. No. Alright, draw our Emrakul, pass the turn. Our best bet is just to Emrakul. That's our way we can maybe win. Opponent goes at us. We block. What did they draw? Worm Coil. Ghost Quarter. Well, take up Nahiri. Discard Emrakul. Graveyard shuffles in. We play Flooded Strand. Pass the turn. Well, this is it. This is the turn. This is it. This is it. This is it. What's our opponent draw? Opponent goes at us. So block World Breaker. Path Worm Coil. Did our opponent draw something, or do we still have it? This is everything. They got to get rid of our Nahiri. Scrying. That doesn't do it. All right, well, I mean, we go for it. We go for it. So, Nahiri, Ultimate, Emrakul, and our post scoops it up. Whoo! Goodness. Goodness, 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 goodness. Whoo! Wait, what was the problem? Oh yeah, I mean, we can't play around everything there. We gotta try to win. Ooh, that's a treasure chest. We took down Tron. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think we could not take down. I think we had to take risky lines, so. Because I think if we tick down, we're just so far away from actually winning the game, and we never can get our opponent off Tron. So each turn is just a ticking time bomb. Whew! Alright. We got there. We got there. We got there. Yeah, misclicking there would have been pretty bad. Alright, one more round to go. We already have a treasure chest locked up with Madcap Gideons. So, yeah? We can get 4 treasure chests with a win here. 4. Oh, wow. Alright, so we only did one commercial break. So one more 30-second commercial, then round 5, then treasure chests. All right, we're back in perfect timing, ready for round number 5, and ready to mulligan. Okay, we can try this. Let's see what we're up against here. This hand, I mean, we're at 6. It's not insane, but it's a hand. Lightning Helix. In the dark, we're going to keep it. It's good against creature decks. Mono green Boundless Realms combo? Ooh. I am not familiar with that. Oh, I got to update the record. We are 3-1 with Madcap Gideons. This deck has been pretty solid so far. I still want Fulminator Mages, and we might want more lands, but it's been pretty reasonable. Let's see what our opponent's up to. I have seen Nest of Scarabs Blowfly Infestation. Seems like a pretty sweet combo. That's a good possibility for an Against the Odds deck. Alright, so Shambles, go. So what are we up against? Hopefully not Tron. I'm okay with Death Shadow. So, Polluted Delta, so this probably is Death Shadow. Blowfly Infestation, hang on, let me pull up the other one too. So, Nest of Scarabs from Amonkhet says, whenever you put one or more -1/-1 counters on a creature, you get a 1/1 black insect creature token. And Blowfly Infestation says, whenever a creature is put into a graveyard, if it had a -1/-1 counter on it, put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. So this basically lets you create a loop where you put a counter on a creature, one of your insects probably, which makes an insect. That insect will die, triggering Blowfly Infestation, which will let you put a counter on the insect. Basically, infinite enters and leaves the battlefield triggers. So let's play a Flooded Strand. Pass the turn. Yeah, the 2-tick red decks, I feel like it was... Oh, it's Storm. Okay. Interesting. Well, thankfully we can kill this, which is a big deal. So let's get a... Maybe we don't kill it right now. We kind of need black mana here for Liliana. But then we can't Lingering Souls. We haven't found a Liliana yet. Sacred Foundry, untapped. And just Lightning Helix, Electromancer. Whoa! Sure. I don't know what's happening. That's not a card that people play, but that was Apostle's Blessing. Lingering Souls, pass the turn. Now we might be dead. I have not seen any Storm decks playing this, but that is very interesting. And they can cast it for literal free if they have a Brawl or Electromancer out. Storm will get banned. Wizards ban Storm when it's not good, so you have to imagine that when it's the best deck in the format, Wizards will also ban Storm. Whatever, we're dead. Rituals in hand. 1, 2. Oh, they have Splice Rituals. And they have Manamorphose, yeah. I mean, if y'all want to see how Storm works, we can sit back and watch it. I don't know if it's tier 2. It was the single most played deck like a week ago in Modern. Right now it's number 4. Grixis Shadow, Affinity, Eldrazi, Tron, Storm. So, I mean, if it's not tier 1, it's It's very close to tier 1. And Wizards has banned it when it's like tier 3, or not even a deck. Yeah, I mean, Storm is part of the reason why they can't cantrip. I mean, I'm just clicking through this. If this happens in game 2, I'm going to scoop, but this way, if you've never seen Storm combo off, basically, they just win on turn 3. I mean, they just cast a million spells. It's really unfortunate that Apostle's Blessing's gotta be a one-of, and I have a hard time believing that it's actually a real thing people are doing, but that really got us here. Super hard. Our opponent probably would not have been able to go off for 3 or 4 turns. It doesn't look like they necessarily even have mana. So the fact that they had that was the difference between winning and losing the game. And then they grape shot us for 1 million, and now we're going to concede. Is Splinter Twin worth investing in? Problem is it's not legal in any actual format. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that Apostle's Blessing is wrong or anything. It's just not a card that I have seen people playing in Storm decks. Like, it's not in any of the well, let me see the Japanese one. It's not in any of the GP Storm decks. It's not in the SCG Open top 8 Storm deck. So I don't know. I mean, it's not that it's wrong. It's just unexpected. Alright, yeah, it seems like a interesting sideboard option. Rest in Peace, super good. Stony Silence, not. I mean, Platinum Angel, whatever. It's worse than Empyrean. One thing I've noticed about this deck as we play it is Platinum Angel does not seem good in very many matchups. Is Angel really helpful, though? Because our opponent's just going to Grape Shot for more, kill the Angel, then kill us. At least Platinum Empyrean is bigger. Yeah, Angel is good against Infect, good against Ad Nauseum. Mill, if that's a thing that we're concerned about. So we want all our discard. Against this build of Storm, we actually need removal. Gideon is actually pretty relevant. I guess we can go down like Kolaghan's Command. I guess we could go down Nahiri Emrakul. Maybe we keep Kolaghan's Command and just go down the Nahiri package. And plan on winning with Gideons and Platinum Empyreans. I don't think they can really stop us from winning with Platinum Empyreans. I don't think we're going to go up Dreadbore. We have Path and Kolaghan's Command, Collective Brutality, Lightning Helix. So I think we have enough targeted removal. I don't know if we actually want to go up more targeted removal. All right, let's hope we get some discard. All right, this hand's not insane, but Rest in Peace is one of our best sideboard cards. We only have 14 sideboard cards? I don't know. Godless Shrine tapped. So we got Rest in Peace. Wouldn't mind finding red mana, but this is a reasonable start. Not just unbeatable, but it slows our opponent down quite a bit. I'm tempted to just Asylum Visitor and give them one turn. They shouldn't be able to win next turn. They have to tap out for a creature, and then we don't get Spell Pierced or anything. So I think we're just going to play a Swamp, play Asylum Visitor, pass the turn. Oh, Hide Seek. Okay, so we are missing a sideboard card. So I'm assuming our opponent taps out for Brawl or Electromancer here. Yeah, I think there's some theoretical win where you have enough rituals and Manamorphoses that you string together that you could do it, but it's essentially, I mean, practically impossible. Old version's good. Storm is definitely still worse than it used to be, but because old versions definitely could win on turn 2. There's Brawl. Alright, so we get in with Asylum Visitor. If our opponent would like to trade Brawl, we would be accepting of that. They do not. Then we will... Actually, well, we gotta play Rest in Peace. So let's just... Let's just Rest in Peace. The question is, do we Faithless Looting? We'd Faithless Looting, discard lands, maybe find discard is what we'd be hoping for. Yeah, I think we do. Or we just get through land. So we'll discard Concealed Courtyard and... I guess just Bloodstained Mire. Pass the turn. Well, the problem is we want a Gideon next turn. Unless we drew, like, Thought Seizes. So I think we need... If we don't Faithless Looting there, we gotta wait for a long time. Pieces of the Puzzle. Opponent gets Desperate Ritual, Serum Visions. Plays a Scalding Tarn. It's definitely harder for them to combo off without their graveyard. Really? Is our opponent just going to empty? Oh my goodness. If they kill us turn 3 through Rest in Peace, then I'm going to start saying this deck should be banned. Because that's not how this is supposed to work. With spending 2 of their mana on a Pieces of the Puzzle. Yeah. Yeah, something seems fishy about this. How are we going to be empty, potentially? I mean, I guess we can draw Madcap, and that's our way. We'd have to draw Madcap in the next 1 to 2 turns. Which is a way. I mean, there's other Storm Hate cards that are good. Well, we're going to get rid of Void Snare and Remand. Let our opponent keep comboing off. Hope that we draw a Madcap Experiment. Serum Visions. Both to the bottom. Whoa! Okay. Or our opponent just does that and then fizzles. That was not what I expected. So now what do we do? Our opponent just did all that and passed. They probably shouldn't have went for it, I guess. Gideon is so tempting. It makes our clock so much faster. But, yeah, this is probably safest. Thoughtseize, we will take Manamorphose, I think. Get in with Asylum Visitor. Play Shambling Vent. Pass the turn. There's Certain Vision. Bottom and bottom. And Electromancer. Gets in. Opponent's on the beatdown plan. Well... let's Gideon. Make a 2-2. Play Shambling Vent. Pass the turn. We might actually get empty-handed and be able to draw with Asylum Visitor. Hey, see ya, Dark Dawson. Thanks for hanging out. Drew another Manamorphose. Certain Visions. If they find a way to get rid of Rest in Peace, we could still lose. They are down a Void Shatter, or Void Snare. They could definitely string together the win from any point after they bounce Rest in Peace. Well, I think they just get a free trade with Asylum Visitor because they only really need one of these to win the game. So they just kill it for free, and it's actually really close to drawing his cards. Opponent left both on top? Uh-oh. Well, let's fire up Gideon. Ferris, 2 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Attack. Alright, we're gonna attack. The fact that they left 2 cards on top makes me think that trading is fine, even though I really want to draw a Thoughtseize or something with Asylum Visitor. Well, it's not really lethal because they can just block with Baral. It just blocks our token. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this way we get to play a Gideon of the Trials, which is semi-relevant here. Opponent takes it. Down to 3. Gideon, keep Gideon. Emblem Gideon. Well, Gideon technically gains us 3 when it comes to storming. So this actually gives us more mana, and it gets us empty-handed for Asylum Visitor. Did they find the bounce? They could also... well, alright. Looks like they're just going on empty plan, I assume. Because they haven't bounced our Rest in Peace. Is empty enough to beat us. Yeah, opponent's casting Past in Flames. They're definitely just going to empty the Warrens here. And empty their hand. And the question's going to be... can we survive that? Oh, okay. Mini Grape Shot. To kill our stuff? There's no way they can get the Grape Shot kill here. The Morgana Tokens deck gave me an idea to replace some of the Disruption and black cards and black-white tokens with Bird and Hierarch and Nissa. Deck has been pretty good so far. 5 and 7 in games. Awesome. Yeah, the acceleration is pretty nice. Opponent kills our Gideon, remands. Oh, they're just going full-on jank mode. Man, we could use a Madcap experiment. That would be sweet. Another Brawl, Legend rules. Just getting up that storm count. Desperate Ritual. Grape Shot. Okay. Well, our opponent's on hard mode. Yeah, we have some very good top decks. Down to 9. You're kidding. I don't believe that just happened. Well? I mean, good running, I guess. They had... Every single thing they drew had to be perfect. Because they... Yeah? Alright. How in the world can that possibly be a pun? Yeah, that was interesting. Not sure. It feels like atypical. Let's go with atypical. I was gonna say a bad Storm deck, but it's definitely a atypical build of Storm that is playing many different cards that you don't typically see in Storm. Apostle's Blessing, apparently more grape shots than normal. And our opponent, they had to go for it, I guess, they felt like. But they also had to draw no lands when they were doing all that. Because if they drew one land, they would have been short of lethal. But, I mean, it happens. Well, I mean, Storm is... I'm sure that our opponent is very good at playing Storm. Although, if he's Storm Master, little odd that you're doing that in the friendly leagues if you're Storm Master. But... yeah, I forget what we were saying. Wait, I gotta figure out what you're trying to say about punting. So... because I'm so confused how there could possibly be a punt there. Anyway, alright, we do get a treasure chest. We do not get 3 treasure chests, so we ended up beating Death Shadow, beating Tron, and beating something else, losing to another Death Shadow, and then losing to Storm, a deck that has not been banned yet, but very well could be. Just because, not because Storm is too good, but because Wizards hate Storm. So, alright, we get 1 treasure chest to open, and the good news is, 1 treasure chest is all it takes. I mean, 1 treasure chest can be a Port, a Liliana. So, our opponent cast a Grape Shot, then remanded the Grape Shot, recast the Grape Shot, and also had drawn their second Grape Shot. Alright, so 1 chest, the moment of truth, with our single treasure chest for our 3-2. So, let's crack it open, see if we can get something sweet. What do we got? Treasure chest gives us... Hannah Ship's Navigator. Cryptic Serpent... Grapple with the Past. Well, that's playable. I've played Grapple before. Hannah Ship's Navigator, I have no idea. It is a promo. I don't know why that is a promo. Okay. Apparently, Hannah Ship's Navigator is valued at 5 tickets. Interesting. So, good treasure chest. Not an insane treasure chest, but... they only are worth like 2 ticks, and this is 5 ticks, so we came out ahead, we got our play points back, and we get a Hannah Ship's Navigator, which is somehow semi-valuable card. So that's sweet. Yeah, the art is super sweet on Hannah Ship's Navigator. I don't have any more packs to open, so not bad, not bad. All right, we're getting a little late, but if we jump right into it, we can do one game of Momir because we haven't done one this whole week. So let me pull up the list, see who's on the top of the Momir list. If I can figure out how to do it. All right, so working our way down from the top, Scratch, the best in Drake and Vulture, .jpg, Minakori, Farious Joe, Fearless Joe, it's split up between two lines. Fearless Joe, Living Stony, Fried Lambs, Etayak, Damnation, Sin Cost, Nicole Bolas 18, Paradox Whispers. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone on the list? No. Ooh, the Child of Alara Cascade list looks like it has a lot of sweet cards in it. It looks really fun. I just have it's really hard to really analyze a commander deck during the stream because there's so many cards, but at a glance it looks sweet. Well, let's see. Anyone on the list? Anyone on the list who wants to play? Anyone? If there's no one on the list, then we'll just open it up to the first person. Do you want to play, Thanos? I guess it's fitting since you gave the donation. Yeah, we usually close up now, but we didn't play Momir this week, so we're just going to sneak in one quick match of Momir, and then that'll be all of it. All right. Well, Primo is on the list. All right. Well, that works. Let me pull up the Momir lay. We found a challenger, Primo. And let me get the Momir lay. And one game of Momir, only one tonight, because we are a little later than usual, but all right, it's Momir time. And good relaxing way to close out the last stream of the week. When will I play the spell version of Momir? I don't know anyone who plays that version. I've never seen it played. Opponent going aggro with the 1-drop. Jackal Pup. Oh, I know it's so wrong to make a 1-drop in Momir, but usually when my opponent does it, I lose, which means maybe it's not actually wrong. 24-hour Momir stream. That would be more entertaining than the 24-hour Infect stream. Opponents on the Waste plan. Discarding mountains to play Waste. Interesting Momir technique. 2-drop equals Skarg Guildmage. Red and a green. Trample up your creatures. 3 mana. You can make a land into a 4/4 elemental. Well, we need to make a 2-drop. Let's find something to block this Jackal Pup. Yeah, I've never played any of the other versions. What is Sky Shroud Warbeast? What is this? I didn't type it. Oh, okay, it worked. Enters the battlefield, choose an opponent equal to the non-basic lands they control. 24-hour no ban modern. Oh yeah, I forgot. If you are interested, on Tuesday, we are going to do a viewer battle stream. People have asked for it. It's been a while since we've done one. So I think we'll be playing, the options will probably be Modern, Standard, or Momir. So if you're interested in battling your sweet deck against I'll probably have some budget magic and against the odds decks as options, and people can, the chat can vote on which one I play. But that'll be your chance to battle out if you are interested. Oh no. Oh, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought. Whenever you or permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability your opponent controls, you can draw a card. You may draw an additional card if Rain is enchanted. We get the Cloud Spirit, which is fine-ish. Opponent going aggro. We cannot block. We take our beats. This plan is going to work. Opponent did not attack with the Guild Mage. Are we really just going to lose to the one-drop plan? Oh, it's the worst. Cyclops Gladiator. This card was pretty hyped when it was spoiled back in M11. Never did anything. When it attacks, you can have it deal damage equal to its power to target creature defending player controls. Basically, fight something when it attacks. Yeah, Cloud Spirit is about the worst blocker we could have got there. Opponent staying aggro. We'll take it down to 7. Well, this is fine. We might be about to stabilize. Flowstone Crusher, 4/4, gets +1, -1 for a red mana. Well, let's go attacking. Shoot down the Guild Mage. Opponent gets to draw a card. Oh my goodness. Rain! Fatal Push is 6 ticks? Really? Is it still? Let me look. Yeah, you're right. Good lord. It was... Geez, it did go up. It was all the way down to 1.3 ticks like a month ago-ish. So it's really spiked. It'll probably be a promo because of the F&M promo. Yeah, it is around 10 in real life. Paper Magic. It'll go down because of the promos, though, I'm pretty sure. Opponent makes a Fetal Vulture. Flying when it dies. Put a zombie on top of your library from your graveyard. Well, we might have overcome the early creature rush. We get to make a 6. Volrath, discard a card. Not relevant, so it's just a 6/4. So we get to attack. Attack? I guess we attack with everything. And we just get... Cyclops Gladiator is actually super insane. Opponent is drawing cards, but we're just mowing down our opponent's team with this Gladiator. And eventually, we can turn our ire on this Jackal Pup. Oh man, we got him! Opponent's got to bounce the board, or we can just Gladiator the Jackal Pup for the win. That's pretty sweet. You can email me, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. Probably the best way to get it to me. Might take me a while to get back to you because of busyness and tons of emails. Jet it. Not going to save our opponent. They have a Jackal Pup. Scoops it up. Yeah, you're always flooding when your land is all decks. Yeah, Thanos, I think that that's very true. Yeah. I don't know if there's a very good justification for paying $10. I mean, I think it's worth it, but from Wizard's side, when everyone else is free to play or free to create an account at least, oh man, it's rough to be the only game who's doing that. Opponent, oh my god. Opponent won the 0-drop lotto. Alright, well, really? Okay. We can match that. It has power at least. The odds are so bad. 1 in 11 to get a Dryad Arbor, and every other 0-drop is ultra bad. Yeah, that was a funny plan there to skip the land drop after making the Dryad Arbor. So it actually didn't put our opponent ahead, did it? They just got to keep making zeros and get more Dryad Arbors. Maybe when they hit, I guess it felt like they made a land drop there. I guess, sort of. Lily Emblem beats Marvel and Ulamog. I think that's generally true. The Wall of Vipers, destroy it and any creature and target creature it's blocking for 3 mana, but anyone can pay it. So what do you think of these mechanics, chat? I don't know if I like them, but we haven't seen them in a long time. The good old, anyone can do this. It would be kind of, I wonder if there's a way they could make that mechanic, but make it sort of good and interesting instead of, I mean, Wall of Viper is pretty janky. What's the best card with this mechanic? Oh, we have Momir Overflow now? Momir. Everyone loves the Momir. Masticore had it? No. Oh, like really old. Okay. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Like from, I don't know, Alliances or Ice Age or one of those old sets. Ojutai Exemplars. New Ojutai coming in Commander. Ojutai himself? I think Ojutai's a dude. Whoa, that was almost us skipping our turn. Let's make a 4-drop. We get... When Footpath enters the battlefield, each opponent sacks a permanent unless they pay 2. This reminds me of This or That Magic. Tomer played a deck full of these things, and it was amazingly annoying. Didn't it say Ojutai in its name? Oh, I guess Ojutai's the dragon, but Taigam is Ojutai's master. Okay, yeah. You're right. My bad. Lore punt. Yeah, I'm not sure about Fast Bond. I don't remember Fast Bond being symmetrical. Opponent makes a 5. Not on the Wastelands this game. Ghostly Sentinels is not good, but it's the best creature on the board at the moment. Well, let's do some blocking. Hey, I had a league where we build $50 commander decks every other week. Wanted to do a week where we use non-legendaries. Any good ideas? Siege Rhino, Boros Reckoner because they're funny. Not sure what else would be good. Oh man, if you can use non-legendaries at your commander, there's so many possibilities. Anything with Enter the Battlefield ability, or most things with Enter the Battlefield abilities could be pretty good. We get Lancer's El Core. Could be good if we get a huge board full of creatures. It will be able to block things, but not super good right now. Opponent. Six mana. Well, at least it can't block bees. Oh, beast can't block. Okay. So it can't block, but it is a 6/6, which is bigger than anything we have. Mono blue Storm Crow. Alright, let's make a 6. Well, Hooded Hydra matches the Raptor in size. Momir is pretty fun, and it's super cheap. If you're new to Magic Online, don't have a big collection, it's a pretty cheap way to have a lot of fun. The only thing we're missing is leagues. I wish they made, luckily our opponent does not have blue mana. This would be so good. The only thing we're missing is like leagues or daily events and Momir would be awesome. But I bet they do it at some point. They gotta. I think there's enough demand and call for Momir leagues. The problem is they don't really sell cards for Momir. You buy the avatar, and that's that. You got the avatar. And you don't really have to buy anything else. Momir Pro Tour, I think we had that last Pro Tour. It felt like it. With all the Marvels. It was very random. You do get the lands as well when you purchase the avatar from the store. If you get it from a bot, you won't get the lands. You'll have to buy them separately. Naya's Olbies are classic 8-drop whiff. Ooh, Meddling Mage would be brutal. Another cool idea for a commander that I'd like to do would be to, and you can't do this stuff on Moto, unfortunately, or we would have already done it, but I think it would be cool to do commander where your stuff still has to be legendary, but you could use legendary permanents. So you could play like legendary artifacts as your commander. Any legendary permanent. It's not limited to creatures. I think that would be pretty spicy. I don't know how broken it would be. There might be something in there that's just absolutely broken, but... Is there a method to the lands you're playing or discarding? So, typically, most Momir players try to... We get a Verdant Force. Opponent got a Chromium that's going to die. Most Momir players, including myself, try to keep mostly islands and swamps on the battlefield. Islands are the worst land in Momir because of these random island home abilities or big serpents that say, oh, you can't attack unless your opponent has an island, stuff like that. So there were the worst. One, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Actually, 3 months in a row, so re-subscriber. So islands are the worst land. Oh, God, that's an Avacyn. All right, Bounce Kraken. We need the Bounce Kraken. Hoverguard Sweepers might do it as well. Actually, no. Because we got to do some chumping. So, chump this. Memnite getting put to good use. We take a bunch. Spin the Happy Good Times wheel. For, yeah, wouldn't it be cool, kind of? I mean, I don't know if you'd want to make Commander always like that, but I think it would be a fun format to try. And that's not a Bounce Kraken, and we're dead. Yeah, Legendary Weapon. Yeah. Some equipment. You could play, like, Cauldra equipments. There's, I don't know. Planeswalkers would also be interesting. If all Planeswalkers were errated to be legal as your commander. Yeah, I've tried to play Genju of the Realms multiple times, and doesn't work. I don't think it would be too overpowered. Maybe. I don't think so, though. Because your opponent can just strip mine you. Or whatever, ghost quarter you. To vault. Mono red to vault would be sweet. Sorin would probably have to be banned, yeah. The OG Sorin would be way too good. That card's already pretty good. Pretty annoying. We get Dwarven Berserker. 1/1. When it becomes blocked, it gets +3/+0, gains trample. Sure. This can be sacrificed to make a 3/3. What if any card could be your commander? Oh man, busted things would happen with spells. Could you imagine Ancestral Visions? Or Ancestral Recall would be better. Ancestral Visions would be actually the worst because you could never actually cast it. But could you imagine Ancestral Recall as your commander? Oh, that would be brutal. Soul Ring would be pretty good. Time Walk, oh god. If you could ramp once every turn, you could go infinite. I think spells would be problematic. I think you could do could probably do artifacts and enchantments like permanents, but I think spells, or else maybe you'd have to make it so you'd have to change the rules somehow so you had to pay a bigger tax for recasting them, I think. I don't know what the right cost would be, but you couldn't just Time Walk for 2 mana, then Time Walk for 4 mana, then 6 mana. I think that would be too good. It is an interesting idea, though, if you had the right ban list or right setup. Just a 3-2. So the main goal of Momir is to get to your 8 drops. That's where the highest concentration of powerful things are. So you kind of can control the variance that way. So that means you have to skip 2 drops if you're on the play. Ooh. Oh. That's going to get obnoxious. You got to skip 2 drops if you're on the play, and you have to skip 1 drop if you're on the draw. So usually if you're on the draw, it's easy. You skip your 1 drop, can make everything else. And that's assuming you don't discard any cards or draw any extra cards or anything like that. But in a typical game. So you skip your 1 drop. If you're on the draw, typically I typically skip 1 and 3. Because 2 mana gives you this weird fringe upside of having a reasonable amount of mana creatures. And those are basically the best things you can hit. Hey, I wish they had the text from paper. Hazaret the pervert. It definitely says fervent ear, and that's just not as cool. Thunderblast. Okay. We're losing to red aggro. I could imagine losing to this Curvin Constructed. Boros Beatdown. Oh my god. Opponent. Okay, that's good. Did not attack. We'll discard an island. Oathsworn Giant. Oh. Creatures get a bit of toughness. I like that. Still can't really attack. Well, I guess we could have attacked with this. Traded for Thunderblast. Wouldn't it just trade? Well, I guess I could attack with it. I guess trading would not be bad. Wayward Angel, Flying Vigilance. Oh boy. Gonna be a 7/7 Trampler momentarily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in the graveyard. So 2 more turns, and that's gonna be 7/7 trampling, etc., etc. Alright, kill you, Thunderblast. So we're going to have to hit a big flyer. And Hazaret's going to come online soon. So we get to make a 7. Still have never hit a Phage in my entire Momir career. Havoc Demon. Ooh. Jeez, I wish it could die before this thing got huge, but that seems unlikely. I will attack with my 1-drop just for Tracy King. Oh, man. Good night from the U.S. 3 a.m. Well, thanks for hanging out and watching the stream. Yes, just for you, Tracy King. I berserked in for 1. Opponent making an 8, a 7? 7-drop. Phage. Phage would swing this game in our favor very quickly. Oh, Dragon Mage. Another huge flyer. Well, Havoc Demon stops that. And this Oathsworn Giant is actually doing some serious work. The extra toughness is pretty helpful. 8-drop. Oh! Alright, our turn. Our turn with Avacyn. Everything's vigilant. Everything's indestructible. Oh, we're going to win. We're actually going to win. We're going to win Momir. Opponent also has indestructible, but we have more indestructible. Our opponent could hit Bounce Kraken. Bounce Kraken is pretty good, but it is sort of fitting. Our opponent, Avacyn does last game. We Avacyn them back. Right before this Wayward Angel Now this Wayward Angel is actually pretty bad because it's going to make our opponent sack every turn. It turns into like a demon. Whew. Well, 3-2 in our league and a Momir win, maybe. You never know in Momir. Momir can change on a moment's notice. Things can just suddenly go very wrong. Opponent, Scion of Darkness. That is not what we were worried about. Does this mean we just win? Opponent, getting frisky. We will block. Wayward Angel down. I think we're going to be sporting. The sporting thing to do is make 7 drops because we could hit a phage and lose. So let's be sporting. Double indestructible on the Darksteel Gargoyle. Yeah, the pervert's not doing too much this game. Swing with the crew. Well, our opponent has about 1 more turn, I think, to do something relevant. Blocks and blocks and blocks. Berserker gets pumped. Opponent's at 12. We will make a 7 again next turn. Just for sportsmanship's sake. What do you got, opponent? What do you got? They need the Bounce Kraken. Wait, you need 8 mana for Bounce Kraken. Opponent's being sporting too. Elder. Oh my god. No way. Oh my goodness. Wait, let me read this. Trample. When it enters the battlefield, your life total is less than 7, becomes 7. As long as you have 7 or more life damage that would reduce your life total to 7, reduces it to 7 instead. Oh man. Oh goodness. Making a 7 is so, by the math of Momir, is so wrong there. Well, I guess this is fine because we can just go to Eldrazi Town. Yep. Well, we did get a Grizzlebrand. Opponent is going to ping us. Well, we can gain some life with Grizzlebrand, though. So play this. Get in with Grizzlebrand. So this should hit our opponent to 7 and gain us 5? Okay. And since we have so many cards, we might as well keep making things up the curve because we have unlimited cards. 10 drop. Eldrazi, please. Meosion of Infinite Rage. Not very good here. Opponent passes. Well, let's make an 11. We're just working our way up this curve towards Emeralds. 11, Hypnox. Exiles all cards from our opponent's hand. When it leaves the battlefield, they get them back. Opponent's also racing towards something big. Well, we get to keep making big things. 12 drop. Could be a It That Betrays. Does have Annihilator, which is helpful. That's a start. 13 gets us an Emrakul. 15 most likely gets us an Emrakul. Our opponent's life total just can't change because of this Elder Scale Worm, basically. So getting an Emrakul here isn't even that good because our opponent's life total is not changing yet, but we might as well. Get in with It That Betrays. The Meosion does not have a counter, I don't believe. I don't know what all this stuff is. What are these white things? It looks like 2 white magic cards. They all have it. Did that just happen? Yeah, we can start annihilating. I don't think we even deal damage, though. Well, I'll attack with it this time for science. I don't... Are there any 14 drops? I don't think there are. I'm just so oblivious, I guess, I didn't even notice. I'm pretty sure there's no 14 drops. Nope. No 14 drops. Well, let's attack for science. No, I guess I'm oblivious to that. I've never really paid attention to the white spots there. It's really always been that way? You gotta be kidding. Oh, we did gain life. Okay. Momir Cube, no 14 drops. That makes sense. Well, our opponent makes a 7. Gets Plated Slagworm. Well, getting a little low on cards here. So let's draw some more. Make a 15. Perhaps an Emrakul. How much is Draco? 16? Oh, it's a Draco. It's 15. Keep attacking. Pack Climber, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. And says thank you for the awesome content. Well, thank you so much for the subscription. Definitely appreciate it. Slowly annihilating our opponent away. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'm getting our opponent's lands. Well, we can just keep making Dracos. That's pretty sweet. And hopefully drawing lands of other types. So we need what, an island for our Draco? Grizzlebrand, where's our islands? There we go. Alright. So play for Draco. Play an island. Draco 2? Actually, no. That's a 15. Not counting it all tonight. Oh, no. We're going to have to discard eventually. We get another land. We can't draw anymore with Grizzlebrand or we'll run out of cards. Oh, this has been a ridiculous Momir game. Oh my goodness. What's our opponent got? Our opponent's making the weirdest drops too. Another Plated Slagworm. Oh my god. This game. We're slowly getting there. Alright, 16. We did it properly. Annihilate. We actually might get milled out because of this, come to think of it. Yeah, I guess we better go back to 15s and try to actually close out the game. We need more annihilating, or else we might actually get milled out. It is sweet to have 2 Dracos. I've never done that in Momir before. Alright, Emrakul time. Hopefully. More worms. I better gain a little life. No, Annihilator just makes our opponent sacrifice 2 permanents, so we can't actually choose what they have to sacrifice. Our board's pretty impressive, though. A Tarka, World Render, sure. Not very good on this board. We will pay 0 for our Dracos. Make something. Ah, there it is. Okay. Oh, finally. I was actually worried that we're going to die from drawing too many cards. So next turn we can make a 7 to try to close out the game. Bone it. Stromhold Overseer. Sure. Alright. So we'll give our opponent one chance at a phage. Because it's the right thing to do. So making a 7. It's a Kraken of the Straits. Well, let's Kraken with our Eldrazi. Annihilate everything, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we got there. Oh my lord. You can only activate Momir once a turn, so we can't make more. We can't make more than one creature a turn. Good game, Primo. Holy. This was one of the more ridiculous Momir games I can remember playing. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen many Elder Scale Worms, but that's very good. It's like another Platinum Angel or Platinum Empyrean. We get all our opponent's lands. Oh, we finally got there. What a game of Momir. Well, Primo, good game, good game. Thanks for playing. That was a fun one. Wow. Yeah, Momir is pretty epic. If you've never played it, check it out. It's one of the cheapest formats to play on Magic Online because all you need is a Momir avatar and lands, and the avatar is around $10 usually, so pretty cheap. But wow, that was something. Anyway, I think that does it for tonight. So we finished our league 3-2. Madcap Gideons was sweet. I think it could use some more sideboard changes, but overall, it felt pretty good. We got punished a little bit for 22 lands, but it was still functional. So let's do some reminders on the way out the door. MTG Goldfish Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all of the old streams, including this stream in the future. The normal YouTube had an Against the Odds last night featuring Mariganda Petroglyphs. We have a This or That Magic coming out tonight with the slightly tweaked format that I'm excited about. Commander Clash tomorrow night, so all that sweet stuff. And of course, the merch page, where you can pick up tokens and playmats and all that stuff to support the stream and the channel and the site. So I think that does it for us tonight. Thanks to everyone for hanging out. Thanks to everyone who subbed. Big thanks to everyone who donated. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. So have a wonderful weekend. We will be back on Tuesday. Oh, yeah. Tuesday, viewer battle stream. So if you want to throw together a deck on Magic Online, battle against me, playing some Against Odds and Budget Magic decks, that'll be your chance. So I will see you all on Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for hanging out. I will talk to you soon.